So good evening, everybody. This is once again another edition of the GoldenFox podcast, and as you can see on the left, we had a pretty small one going on. Nothing too surprising there. People are busy, and that's okay. So from top to bottom, we have Galaxy.
I've been waiting in this fucking call for how many fucking minutes just for y'all to actually get prepared.
Stop being too much of an early bird, then.
I've been an early bird. And with this podcast, I kind of, sort of had to be the one to be like, hey, I'm in this call now. Just to kind of advance and shit. Fucking hell.
Meanwhile,
being an early bird, I'm going to give you the bird.
Yeah, well, next up, we have somebody who's actually typing in the fucking description about Mac and me, Robin.
Or monkey.
God damn it!
Monkey, no.
Okay, for context for this bit, Golden texted me, like, earlier this afternoon. What'd you just text me? You texted me monkey. And
Yeah.
I just wrote back orb monkey, and you just wrote, oh no, what have I started?
Orb
And that's
monkey.
the first cold one of the podcast. Woohoo!
Yep. Who was the one who cracked open the cold one?
That was also me.
Oh, okay then.
Robins.
And I hear the loud typing. That must be Riley over there.
It's room temperature.
Super fighting robot.
Super fighting robot.
Monkey man.
Monkey man.
I got people mad at me on Twitter for talking about monkey. They're like, the bits and somebody in the YouTube comments was like, that bit's so fucking annoying, and I'm like, yeah, it is.
I also just want to say for the
point.
I just want to say for the matter, Riley, you're a piece of shit for what you just typed in the chat.
Hey,
What is it?
Robin was expressing their opinion. I'm expressing mine.
Where's yours, Riley? I don't know what your Twitch name is.
Same matter.
You'll have to excuse me.
Oh, hello YouTube. That's going in the YouTube upload. Woohoo!
Riley.
So
Riley.
Golden is left, by the way. Chat, do you guys have any bits you want to do while Golden is away from the microphone?
You just help.
There we go. Okay, like everything froze for a second. I'm like, don't fucking do this right now. Not while I'm live. Anyways, back to like I'm trying to retract. Oh yeah, we were going over who's in the podcast. So, how's everybody's week been?
It's been really weird. It's been a weird fucking week.
Tiring.
Do tell Robin.
Just like a lot of shit going on at work. I can't really talk about much of it because like it's spoiled. It's like FERPA and shit. Like it's in my contract. I can't talk about this shit. But good thing was I have a friend who watches the podcast like outside of this fucking weird space. And
Same.
Who's watched the podcast a couple times and watched the last one. The review that she left was that the podcast was very good, but I am the most annoying part of it, and I felt so fucking proud of myself.
Beautiful.
Hi Amber, if you're watching this episode of the podcast. You're probably gonna yell at me about this on Tuesday when we see each other, but fuck you.
I have an IRL friend too who actually watches the podcast. And he has a bit of bias for Golden and Riley.
He has a bias, huh?
He has that K-pop bias.
It is very funny to see real people who like know me outside of this bullshit that are like, oh yeah, I watched you on that thing. I was like, why? Why would you watch me for 2 hours?
Because they're dedicated.
Cold. Like, I'm in New Orleans right now, for context, and like, it was like 32 this week. That's not the weather around here. It's like normally around this time, like 40, 50, like getting into like the 60s almost. It's like, what the fuck's going on? I had to bundle up. I've never had to do that here. I was wearing 2 jackets. It was really stupid looking. I need to send that photo. I have a photo of me. I've got two zip-up jackets on that are neither of which are zipped because one of them has a broken zipper on them, and the other one makes me look cool.
Wait, you had 2 zip-up jackets for 30 degrees?
Listen, it's windy. It's a windy 30.
You should come to New England.
I would love to go where it's cold. I have cold weather stuff, but like I'm so used to it being like 40, 50 that the only reason I own jackets is because I like wearing them. Like I'm very comfortable in like a jacket and a t-shirt. That's what I wear 90% of the time, even in the summer. And so it's like, okay, I'm used to doing that, but it's cold, so I will just put on another very thin jacket.
So
they got snow today. Awesome.
So something I wanted to mention from the previous podcast, and I finally got the chance to try it. I got to taste the Mountain Dew. What is it called? Major Melon.
Major Melons.
Yeah, and to give my 2 cents on it, it's okay. It kind of tastes like a more fizzier version of a Fanta.
I'm talking about it during the Super Bowl part of the podcast, so I will say nothing right now.
Oh, okay. Well, speaking of which,
we got Super Bowl ads.
Yep.
I didn't watch all of them, but I watched most of them.
There was a lot of ads to watch.
There's so fucking many.
So yeah,
I was so tired.
Yeah, so that's going to be the very first topic in this podcast when we get to the meat of everything. The next of which is Project Hazel, which I'll explain later in the podcast. And Video to Video will be back once again. So I think it's time we get straight to the Super Bowl ads. So for some reason, whenever it comes to the Super Bowl, they hold the record for some of the most creative and some of the most ambitious TV ads that can be hysterical, inventful, and just it's a whole different world that is completely unexpected compared to everything else. And I don't know why, but it's a tradition where a lot of major companies go and they put all their best into their ads. So this is kind of like the Academy Awards of TV commercials. So
is this the Grammys? What the fuck are you trying to promote here? Is this like the Grammys with like Super Bowl ads?
This is the Grammys of this is the Grammys of TV ads, basically.
So fun fact, there actually is an award show for TV ads. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Oh, Christ on a stick! I was joking. Fuck.
Yeah, you think it wouldn't be a joke? You think that's a joke? That's a real thing. There's like a marketing campaign, like Academy Awards ceremony or some shit. It's fucking weird.
I shouldn't have said anything.
What do you mean you shouldn't have said anything? Okay, dude, like Galaxy, I think Robin was going to mention one way or another. Sorry if I got your pronoun wrong.
Absolutely. This was going to show up somehow. It's really good. It's a good thing that I know, and I can throw it in the podcast. It's like Mac and me.
God damn it.
I hate you.
All right,
I want to destroy you.
All right, so getting back to the subject, as usual, we always go top to bottom. I volunteer going last, so that way you guys can have your moment. And in doing this, we go over which of our ads are kind of our favorites. Like we kind of go for a rough idea on a majority of the ads that we watch. Then we break down which ones are favorites, which ones are least favorites. Because I think it's important to give a little bit of criticism to some of the ads that, while they're ambitious, they can also be cringy as shit. And one of which I'm going to save for when it's my turn. So, Galaxy, you have the floor.
Okay, so to show how dedicated, quote unquote, I am, I actually put notes on.
You prepared for this show?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Bitch, do you know how long I waited in this call?
So for context, Galaxy was here for 30 minutes before we started the call. I showed up 2 minutes before we started going live.
Anyway, so I have like a 1-page note, like fine. Okay, so let me just get this out of the way. SpongeBob was done very dirty. Very fucking dirty, no matter how you look at it.
Oh, yeah.
Like the Sweet Victory shit, yeah, they've done SpongeBob dirty, no matter how they try to fabricate the entire thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Another thing. What's another thing? The Paramount. I don't know why, but I kind of cringed and just kind of skimmed over the Paramount Plus because I don't give a fuck. I honestly don't give a fuck. I already have a lot of subscriptions right now, so yeah. Fucking Falcon and Winter Soldier looks neat for like a frenemies dynamic kind of movie, which is something that we should see often. Marvel. Fucking. Oh yeah, the fucking Jason Alexander hoodie gives me fucking nightmares, and I don't think it's fucking all. Because the thing about that fucking Tide ad is, one, that is my favorite brand. Two, I hate how they actually managed to make it look creative and well written, which pisses me off. Fucking. I mean, we have I think the tolerance of this all is like Logitech having like Lil Nas X to do the narration for their commercial, which is kind of cool. What's another one? Oh yeah, we have a fucking Sesame Street as DoorDash commercial, which
I saw that. Yeah,
so good. I love how Big Birdie and David Diggs are in the same video. Yes, we love that. What was it? The Doritos 3D commercial was very interesting. The fucking what was it? What is something that's actually interesting in this fucking in the notes that I've written? General Motors had like a decent commercial at least. Like it's actually really funny. Out of like 65% of the commercials that were in this fucking Super Bowl. What's another one? Oh yeah, I don't like Chipotle, but the burrito commercial was kind of cute, honestly. Yeah, I know Robin's gonna bring this up, but the Mountain Dew Major Melon, that looks kind of cool. I actually haven't tried it, but I want to try it now because Robin has been talking about it nonstop.
It really has been like every day for the last 4 days. I've talked about Major Melon at some point.
What? I don't know why Nick Jonas was in any commercial at all. Why the fuck? How much did he pay him? I don't know. I hope that's like at least more than $1 million that they paid him. I think actually, you know what? I feel like most of the budget went to him.
Probably.
I mean, these things like I think it's like for a 30-second spot during the Super Bowl. It's like something like almost like $1 million per 30-second ad spot. Like the Super Bowl is one of the most advertised television events of a year because you have so many people who watch it, and there's like the reputation of like the Super Bowl ad. So it's a fucking expensive spot. Like it's probably the most money spent per second in any like film, any area. Like this is. And by the way, chat, we are reading the chat. We're just kind of talking about we're doing the normal things. Then we have questions and answers at the end. Yeah, but the Super Bowl spots are so fucking expensive.
No, I know. But it's just that how much did they pay Nick Jonas to be in one of these? I will never know. But I'm willing to bet it's probably half of the budget that's in that same commercial. But what was it? The fucking... What was it? That Skechers commercial was kind of okay, even though I don't like Skechers all that much. What was it? Rocket Mortgage actually has a pretty good, like, it has some good creativity in the Rocket Mortgage commercial. And it's nice to see Post Malone in a Bud Light commercial. Like Post Malone.
Didn't he collab with Ozzy Osbourne?
I think yeah, I do remember that. It was not very good.
Ooh.
It was very weird. It was a very weird mix of styles, and it was okay. Also, somebody in chat is asking about, like, what we thought about the game. I don't think any of us actually watched the game all the way through.
I felt bad.
I will say this much. Fucking Voice is Reen, or he's being salty so much. Kansas City, which oddly enough lives in Missouri.
Yeah, Kansas City is the city of Missouri.
Yeah, which is weird, but either or, I'm willing to bet you that the state of Missouri is salty as fuck because they got fucking creamed.
Let's not talk about football teams that are always angry while I live in the city of New Orleans, man. Every fucking year we blow this shit. We are so fucking good, and then we suck in the postseason. We are never going to go to the Super Bowl again. We're trying our best, okay?
They had an attempt.
I think the best way to explain it is that you guys have a bad habit of choking.
Oh, absolutely. There was one year it was like, man, the Super Bowl was going to take place in New Orleans. We were like one of the best teams of the year. We were so fucking ready. Like, people were like, the Saints are going to go to the Super Bowl again in New Orleans. It's going to be a fucking party. It was also, I think it was last year, and we were like, we're going to have it, like, this is pre-corona, so everybody's like, we're going to have this giant fucking party in the city. Even if we fucking lose, we're getting drunk. Who cares? And then we fucking choked. So goddamn hard.
Choke me like you choke me like you choke me.
Literally, I want to be choked like the Saints can choke a postseason.
Jesus.
There's the quote from this episode, everybody.
Da 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 da.
But yeah, Kansas City got fucking like nailed hardcore by the Tampa Bay team.
They got fucked in the ass.
How many euphemisms for sex are we gonna have to talk about the Super Bowl?
No, I mean they got pegged. They got pegged so goddamn hard. It's ridiculous.
Phrasing.
They get paid so much dust.
But yeah, Voice was going for Kansas City, and I can tell that some people in the chat are not a fan of Tom Brady. I'm not a fan of Tom Brady. But
I don't know anyone who is a fan of Tom Brady.
I will mention this much. I still hold the strong memory of the 2008 Super Bowl when the New York Giants was facing the team that Tom Brady was in. So it was Tom Brady against Eli Manning, Peyton Manning's younger brother, and they had to strategize. I mean, even though it's just going for first down after first down to reach a touchdown, my fucking butt was clenching because if they tried to go for the long run, Tom Brady would take advantage. So they had to go small steps at a time. So there was a good strategy going on there. But yeah, back to you, Galaxy.
It's okay. I feel like the worst part about this whole situation is the fact that I did this very last minute. I did this very last minute.
Hey, you took down notes? We didn't!
I actually did forget. I did write, like, 2 notes when I watched these, like, I think I watched them at Monday morning at 6 a.m.
The notes I had?
Monday morning at 6 a.m. is when I watched all these, because I'm like, oh yeah, I have this thing for the podcast this week. Forgetting, of course, the podcast is on Saturday. So I did it during my 6 a.m. shift on Monday. I watched a couple of them today, just to remind myself about some of these. But I don't know why I watched these at 6 in the morning, but the notes that I do have are from 6 a.m., so you're going to see Weird Robin show up.
All right. Well, for the final consensus on that, we'll wait until Galaxy finishes.
Oh yeah, Gold.
Yes.
Here's proof.
All right. So you DM'd it to me, and this looks like a rough draft to write a goddamn essay, girl.
Please share it with the Please share with the class. Please share with the class. I would love to see your notes.
Yeah. Also, just so that the chat knows, tweet this shit.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, tweet this, and we can't link anything because we've disabled hyperlinks, but it'll be on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
probably.
Yes. There's also. It'll also be posted in the description.
Let me remind you, GoldenFox. I went last minute into this call to watch a bunch of the fucking commercials. I skimmed here and there, but I watched last minute, and in the process of watching last minute of almost 51 commercials, I managed to make notes, like a whole fucking, like, Cornell notes based on these fucking topics about the Super Bowl commercial.
I mean, I must admit that is impressive of how much of a time crunch you make.
Yes, I have a habit of doing that.
But any further insight you want to share?
Oh, hey, Robin.
Yeah.
You have the floor, bitch.
Oh.
Okay.
All right then. Go ahead then.
All right, so these are some of the notes that I wrote at 6 in the morning on Monday, and I'm reading them for the first time again. That melon shit looks so fucking good. I'm real thirsty right now. That's the first thing I wrote. I think is that I watched the Mountain Dew one first, which I'll talk about that at the end of my notes.
Thank John Cena for that.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Cena, for your beautiful, beautiful watermelons. That's a fucking sentence. I really like the M&M's one was pretty cool. I actually enjoyed that one. It's kind of funny, and I like the concept. Like a lot of these, there was like, there's not any one that I'm like. There's like one or two that I were like, this was fucking stupid. But there's no like puppy monkey baby or fucking Quibi ads like last year. Like last year's fucking sucked.
Oh, well then
Quibi?
again, 2020 was just a shithole.
Yeah, but this was before, like, we knew it was gonna be the worst fucking year. Like, do you guys remember fucking Quibi had, like, 13 fucking ads last year for the Super Bowl? And it's like, wait a minute, this is a service that won't be available until March, and then they delayed it to June. Like, they were advertising a streaming service that wasn't available for 2 fucking months, and that nobody knew what the fuck it was. Like, at least, like, the fucking, the Paramount Mountain or whatever, which I thought was kind of stupid, but I liked some of the idea of it. I was like, okay, some of these were pretty cute, or like the interactions were kind of a funny idea for them. Like at least like people kind of know what Paramount Plus is or whatever the fuck it's called.
Well, you've called me. You can call me curious of this because I haven't seen any of the Super Bowl ads from last year.
Quibi had a bunch of like 30-second spots during the Super Bowl that were about. They were teasing the concept of Quibi, like they didn't really say what it was. So I knew a bunch of people, like people who are in film, like were like, "What the fuck's a Quibi?" Like they had to Google it like the next morning, like, "What the fuck is Quibi? Why was it advertised?" And now Quibi's dead because they spent like $20 million on Super Bowl ads.
This, folks, is what happens when you get too eager to wholly advertise.
Yeah, it was a bad advertising campaign too. Yeah, there was a lot of okay, like kind of cutesy ones that I liked. I think the worst one for me might have been the fucking Jeep ad, like the center ad. I was like, okay,
I don't even remember that one.
It was the one where it was like Bruce Springsteen, like talking about this, like there's a church in the center of the country. We need to get back to the center. I was like, oh my fucking god, Bruce Springsteen. And I was like, I don't fucking care, Bruce Springsteen. What fucking ever. That was the one I was like, okay, I actively didn't like this one. Like, I was like, this is just, it's trying too hard for it's got a message that it wants to deliver, but A, don't know if that's the message we need right now. B, I don't fucking care, Jeep. I forgot. I'm looking at the playlist right now. I forgot the worst one. Fuck the Dr. Squatch Super Bowl commercial.
Thank you! I was gonna rant about that. I hate that.
I have to deal with that shit on YouTube every other fucking video.
Yeah.
I hate that man so fucking much. That man that... Did you know your soap is actually classified by the FDA as synthetic detergent? I hate that man with every fiber of my being, and I was watching the
Robin,
fucking playlist.
Oh, yeah, no...
Robin.
What, Galaxy?
Would you say that... Who's the guy again? I forgot now.
The Dr. Squatch guy.
Do you think the Dr. Squatch guy is canceled?
No, he's not canceled. He's just fucking annoying.
Yeah, he is.
I don't want to have to deal with him.
Yeah,
I was watching the fucking playlist that morning, and I didn't look at what like ads were coming up, and the Dr. Squatch ad came up. I was like, this fucking ad again. I was trying to skip it. I'm like, holy shit, I have to sit through one of these. Nope. I skipped the rest of the ad.
No, Robin, I just want to add, like, okay, so during the airing of the Super Bowl, like, Riley was screen sharing it with the rest of us, and by the time that Dr. Squash ad was playing, every one of us groaned, like, oh, this guy.
All of us fucking use YouTube, so we're so used to that guy's fucking face.
Yeah, no, I mean, aside from how obnoxious he is in general, this guy tries way too hard to be like, I forgot what his name was, but he's in those Old Spice commercials.
Yeah, the Terry Crews, or the...
Terry Crews.
The sexy guy, I can't remember the name off the top of my head. There's like the two Old Spice commercial universes, which I could talk about those fucking commercials because they're fucking hilarious.
Yeah, this Dr. Scotch guy he's a tryhard.
Although I was like, you know what? That looks like some nice soap. It's like $60.
Fuck that! Good God!
Holy shit, that shit's expensive as fuck. It's like 4 bars for $60.
I wonder why he advertises the fuck out of it.
Yeah, like, okay, I get it if it has, like, certain ingredients, that's totally fine. But literally, so does anything else. Like, bro, you're not special. Stop trying so hard to be like fucking Terry Crews.
Yeah, it's like, I have, like, some decent fucking soap that I use. It's like, it's got, like, some fucking oatmeal and shit, and it's fucking great. I found it, like, at Walmart or some shit. And, like, I was like, wow, this is really fucking good. And it's like, maybe for a couple bars, it's like $5 to $7. I'm looking at their website right fucking now. This fucking ad didn't work on me. I'm not fucking buying it. For 1 bar of soap, not a very thick bar of soap either. It's kind of like, it's only like a couple inches thick. It's God. $7 a bar. So yeah, buying a 4-pack is like $28. It's $30 for a 4-pack.
Is it okay? Let me ask you this.
Shit.
Let me ask you this. Is it independent? Like, is it like an independent brand or is it like a company brand? It's
a quasi-independent. I think they started as an independent brand, but like they've gotten big enough to where they can like do their own thing. Like they're like a natural soap brand, but like they're cheaper options and also ads that annoy me the fuck less. So, fuck Dr. Squatch. Maybe I'll buy one at one point, but it's not for $7 a fucking bar.
I'm not going to bother with Dr. Squatch, period.
But that was not the best ad. The best ad of the Super Bowl is the fucking Mountain Dew Major Melon. So, first off, that is a nice crisp can of Mountain Dew Major Melon that Mr. John Cena was pushing. So, I unironically fucking love this ad. It is like it's colorful, it's happy, the concept's funny. The contest isn't even that obtrusive. I like the idea of like count all the bottles of Major Melon and you could win $1 million. I actually kind of liked it. I ended up like looking over, like I was like, what if you actually do this? I gave up because I'm like, nah, I don't want to watch this commercial that much. I don't want to go frame by frame to find it. But like, it was very fun. I liked, the concept, and I was at Walmart literally that Monday, and I was like, I'm kind of thirsty, and I saw, like, the 6-pack of Major Melon, like, the bottles, I was like, yeah, I'll grab one of those, and had some that night, and then I went later in the week with some friends, because we were looking for the Lady Gaga Oreos, because we thought those were funny. They're okay, they're not that good, and I bought a 12-pack of cans of Major Melon so that I could have it for the podcast, because this shit is so fucking good. It's like a non-alcoholic fucking what's it called? Mike's Hard Lemonade. Like that's what it tastes like to me.
Lemonade, strawberry lemonade.
Like kind of, it tastes a little bit like their pink. I think they have a watermelon lemonade, which is the only Mike's Hard Lemonade I've had. I had it like for 4th of July, like last year I think, and it was really good. And this, I'm not even a watermelon person. Like I don't like actually eating watermelon. I think that like it's not that great. But, or like, even Jolly Rancher's watermelon, it's like, okay, I can take it or leave it. But this shit is so fucking good. Like, this is one of the better, like, Mountain Dew variants that they've put out, like, in the last 2 years. Because their Christmas one fucking sucks. I had it, like, a couple months ago. It's, like, cranberry, and it's not very good. Like, it's like Sprite cranberry, but much worse. I didn't like it. So I hope that this sticks around because it's really fucking good.
Robin.
And yeah, I'm gonna drink some of this Major Melon on this podcast. This episode of the Golden Fox podcast is sponsored by Mountain Dew. It's not. This is a joke.
I know you were joking.
I was about to say, Robin, are you trying to make Golden bank by having us sponsored by Mountain Dew?
Absolutely.
I would wish
Dew,
to get sponsors,
if
dude.
If you want to sponsor something, I will talk about Mountain Dew Major Melon.
I just imagine Golden like that one clip of Jeff Keighley where he's surrounded by Mountain Dew and Doritos and he has to talk about this game he likes, and I'm just imagining.
Oh my god!
I actually have Doritos behind me. I didn't intend to have Mountain Dew and Doritos, but I look like Jeff Keighley right now behind the scenes. Because literally, like, I have a bag of Doritos with my Mountain Dew.
Oh my god, Robin!
It was like a deal they had at in my campus's convenience store. I was getting an energy drink for Monday, and they're like, "Hey, it's like the same price, but you also get a free bag of Doritos or some shit." I'm like, "Fucking, I'll take a bag of Doritos. Like, that sounds really good."
Galaxy.
Yeah.
If you could draw Golden like this, I will love you.
Oh
god!
Jokes that the audience can't. Oh, can you draw me like that? Because I look like that right now. Like that's how I
actually Are you guys gonna pay me? Are you guys gonna pay me? That's the real question.
No,
Ryley, you better get some good money up your ass.
We're gonna become Jeff Keighley. We're gonna become Jeff Keighley, and we're gonna promote Halo 4 on Xbox 360.
This image here is a stereotype of every goddamn Twitch gamer who's advertised by shit like Doritos, Mountain Dew, and there's like another product that's also being like talked about now. But
shit,
like
that's fucking
showcasing Halo is one of the big center points of a stereotype of a Twitch gamer now.
Absolutely. And the funniest thing is like Halo now uses Monster Energy as like their sponsor. They don't even do Mountain Dew anymore. Like they had a Halo Infinite they had a Halo Infinite fucking Monster Energy, and then Halo Infinite got delayed by a year.
Golden.
Yes.
Golden. You know what this also is?
What?
This is the stereotype of every kind of American incel shut-in.
It's the Golden Fox podcast, everyone. I think for the Halloween episode of the Golden Fox podcast, we all need to dress like Jeff Keighley. We all just wear gray, like button-down shirts and jeans and have a poster of Halo 4 behind us.
I will not talk to you guys ever again if that's the case.
I mean, I think you should also do it. You should join us and become Jeff Keighley.
No,
we're all Jeff Keighley now.
I have work, bitch.
Join us.
We all have work.
We all have work, but some of us can also be Jeff Keighley on the side.
I don't want to be Jeff Keighley. Fuck you.
I like the fact that the audience can't see what image we're talking about, but I think that they know. It's like the one from one of the old Game Awards, where I think it's 2012's Game Awards, where it was the Mountain Dew and Doritos promotion for Halo 4. It was really fucking funny.
I'll bet.
Yeah, somebody's like, I don't even know who that is.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm
gonna disappear for a couple minutes, so hopefully it won't be my turn for the next thing when I come back. Whoopity whoopity whoopity.
Yep.
So, turn then.
Yeah,
yes, I'm gonna first. I gotta shrink this down a bit. I'm gonna go ahead and just show this image that Ryley has shared. Not Ryley, Robin. Robin. Yeah. So that's the picture that that Robin shared. So I'm gonna go ahead and just delete that now.
Actually, I shared that.
Oh. Well, okay, so I was right the first time then. Anyways, you have the floor, dude. Fire away.
Okay.
Okay then.
Nice! Yes! Let's go!
And the first thing and the one thing that has been in my mind since I saw its inception on Sunday night is Drake from State Farm. Drake from State Farm.
Oh my
Drake
god.
From State Farm.
Here we go. Here we go.
I do not have words for that. It just why?
Because
Why?
they want their bank. State Farm wants their bank, so they have to bring in an old meme.
From State Farm.
Riley, this is a Super Bowl commercial. They take every opportunity to make a meme reference in every commercial.
Drake from State Farm.
Riley, calm down. Okay.
Somebody's triggered.
Oh, that triggered me. That triggered me immensely when I saw that.
Riley, let me tell you this. This is literally the Super Bowl ad. Almost every commercial would have some sort of meme reference. I mean, look how many times they basically reference TikTok for like any commercial, for like every commercial.
Farm.
Riley, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm not okay after hearing that.
By the way,
It's okay.
Riley, we can hear your music in the background.
Oh, sorry, it's not my music.
But it's beyond your control.
Yeah.
Yeah, apologies to everyone watching. There's nothing much Riley can do. Like, he's even using some kind of, like, cancellation filter.
Yeah, I'm trying, like, I have my SLR or XLR mic and stuff, and I've been trying to keep down the sensitivity.
Yeah. That must be frustrating. So anyways, aside from that State Farm ad you were talking about.
Okay, yeah. Anyways, there was the fucking Sesame Street ad that kind of just didn't sit with me right, honestly.
That was cute.
I don't know, it just felt wrong for Sesame Street to be advertising, what was it, DoorDash?
Mm-hmm.
It feels like it's contradictory to the spirit of Sesame Street in general. It just seems like a perversion of them.
What do you mean? What's contradicting to the spirit? Like, what is the spirit of Sesame Street?
Not corporate sellout. They would do like a thing for like a charity or something like that, but not advertise like that to DoorDash of all things.
Well, didn't Sesame Street do like advertisements before?
For charities and stuff like that, but I don't remember anything like that.
I could have sworn there was a lot more going on with Sesame Street than just strictly sticking with only charities. Not that it's a bad thing. I'm not sure about that within its spirit.
Also, the one thing that nobody seems to be talking about that I'm hoping is another so bad it's good film, and that's M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong's new movie, Old.
Yes. Okay, so...
I don't have any interest in that. So.
Okay, so I will only say this much about Shyamalan. Key and I did see the movie called The Visit. We liked it, but there's a lot of silly bullshit that goes on in that one. And outside of The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, that's the only two good things I can say about Shyamalan. This man he has a bit of an ego up his ass. Like, so everybody knows about the disaster, like, train wreck that was the Last Airbender movie that came out 10 years ago. And that whole movie was just an embarrassment. It was an embarrassment to the actors. It was an embarrassment to the people in production. It was especially an embarrassment to Nickelodeon because they would advertise the shit out of it. But aside from like all these flaws, when Shyamalan was interviewed, and this is more of a pet peeve that I have, and that is, he acknowledged that he's aware of the negative reviews. And when he was asked about it, he said, "Nobody understands me." Suck my ballsack, go sit on a dick. You are full of shit, Shyamalan. You are full of shit.
Then he said the critics don't understand him or
Yeah,
something?
that was just fucking arrogant. I hate it when directors refuse to take in criticism like that. Like, there's him, and there's the bullshit criticism that W.S. Anderson gets on the Resident Evil movies. It just goes on. When an actor, or when somebody who's behind production fully admits their flaws, it shows that they're willing to try. And I can actually respect that. If there's somebody who's like, oh, nobody understands me. I like movies the way I like making them. You're not thinking about the audience. And I think that's incredibly contradicting to when you're going to make a movie and you're going to put it out to the public eye, dude. It's... Go ahead.
Let me just, contradict what you're saying. And I'm not saying this to defend his actions. No. But what I will say is that there will be some people, probably like a 20% out of like maybe 80% of people who probably criticized his works and like him, the director Shyamalan basically acting like an angsty 15-year-old. But it's just like, if you really think about it, there are some people who liked his work. I mean, I can actually see like a couple people liking the trailer for, what was it, Old? Like, it's not my cup of tea, but personally I feel like there will be some people who would like his work. I mean that by like a 20%. I know there will be some people who would probably criticize the living hell out of him, considering that he's probably another type of Zack Snyder, but yeah.
No, I get what you mean. It's pretty much the yin-yang. There's always going to be its own following. I know that there are some people who, prior to The Last Airbender, there's people who admired a lot of Shyamalan's movies. Like, some people liked Lady in the Water. Some people actually liked Signs in the Village. Some even like The Happening. I mean, I can only imagine how they enjoy watching Mark Wahlberg going all, what? No! And so forth. So, I'm not going to deny that there is that particular following. The big thing is, I just don't like how he was being so dismissive of what the criticism was. I mean, yeah, a lot of it is negative, but you're adapting a movie from a TV show that goes on for almost 10 hours worth of storytelling. And you only told like a quarter of it.
That's fair.
Yeah. No, there was... If you're going to make something like The Last Airbender, it has to be a lot longer than the average length. Like, maybe make it one of those epic type of movies. Like, I think that would have been cool if Nickelodeon would make those, like, their own spin on making 3-hour epics, which has been very absent these days. I think that would have been nice. Yeah, it would have been a bigger budget, but also get a better director, Nickelodeon. Jesus. Anyways, Riley, sorry for overtaking your turn. Go ahead.
It looks like good riffing material, so I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Other than that, there was the fucking Robin Hood commercial.
Oh, Jesus.
They're not getting their goodwill back anytime soon, and I'm kind of glad they spent millions of dollars on that ad.
Oh, it's gonna... Yeah, this is gonna peg him in the ass so hard, dude.
Yeah.
Wait, which commercial was that?
Robin Hood.
What was it? I skimmed through it. What was the commercial about? Was it the workout one?
No, it was something else. I don't know much about Robin Hood. All I know is that people did not like it. Riley, explain what that is.
Basically, it's an app that lets you buy stock. And when that whole GameStop thing happened, they shut down the ability to buy more stock from GameStop because they wanted to...
No, I know, but I mean like the ad. What was the ad about?
I don't remember. I just remember... there was a lot of ads where we were like, okay, what is this supposed to be advertising? Because it's like guys like talking about unity in the country and shit. And it turns out to be a Jeep commercial, or it turns out to be a Robin Hood commercial, or something like that. It's just like... Yeah.
I can see that.
Okay. Alright, so any more, Riley?
Well, I mean, I was also keeping track of the game, too, because I knew that Gronk and Brady were on the same team, so I'm kind of wishing I had bet money on that game now, because I would have won some.
Did you say that you want to bet from, like, the 2008 Super Bowl?
I don't think so.
Oh. Or maybe Voice said that.
I think it was voice. It was the voice of Robin, because I remember Robin said he bet against Mickey V or something.
Yeah, no, those guys are.
Yeah, that was an ongoing thing.
Yeah, no, those guys are like they're utter fans of sports in general. Like that's no surprise there. I mean, yeah. So, anyways, continue.
I don't know. The ads were kind of underwhelming. I mean, at least the Paramount Plus one at least finally did the Sweet Victory thing from SpongeBob. I mean,
I'll give them that. Yeah.
it's not exactly how we wanted it, but at least we got it, I guess. I don't know. It kind of a lackluster Super Bowl as far as ads go, honestly.
Okay. So, is that all?
Yeah, I'm good.
Alright. So, finishing this off, I'm going to use my turn to roughly give a summary through each ad because I don't want to leave any of them out and give them a fair critique. So, as far as old goes, it's a movie that'll come out. Some people watch it. It's probably going to be another scenario with what happens with Shyamalan all the time. I'm eating my dish now thanks to Key for being a good chef.
Do you like it?
Yes, I do.
Woo.
So, the M&M ad come together is funny as hell. Like it's funny in a couple of selected spots. You have why is everybody muted?
Well, I was on my job, so I just got back.
Ah, okay.
Well, I don't want the music playing in the background to bleed through.
All right, that's understandable. Okay, so the M&M ad is one of my favorites, and one of my favorite moments, aside from the punchline where one of the M&Ms is stuck in the SUV, and he's like, "I promise I won't eat any more of your kind." It's like, that's funny. But the other one that actually got me and the rest of us laughing our asses off is that, okay, so throughout the ad, a bag of M&Ms is passed on to one after another after an incident occurs or an accident of some kind. A lady goes to another lady saying, "I'm sorry I called you a Karen. That's actually my real name. I'm sorry that your name is Karen." As she passes another bag of M&Ms to her.
That was one of the funniest jokes in any of the ads this year. It was so fucking funny.
I saw that, and a lot of us were laughing for a good 2 minutes.
Yeah,
that was yeah.
That was probably the funniest one.
It was. Let's see.
Also, I was on my round, and I thought of what we need to call this episode of the podcast on YouTube. Can we call it this episode of the podcast was not sponsored by Mountain Dew? I just think that should be the title of the fucking video.
Like a clickbait title.
A clickbait.
It's not even clickbait. It's accurate. It's not sponsored by Mountain Dew.
No, it's one of those clickbait titles where it's not really clickbait, and I love that.
Right.
I was walking up a flight of stairs, and I just thought that'd be really funny if this video was called "This episode was not sponsored by Mountain Dew."
Beautiful.
Although nothing quite quenches the thirst like a delicious Mountain Dew Major Melon, available at all retail stores now.
Get them while supplies last. Buy them now.
Amen. Buy them in bulk. Stock up forever. Hoard them!
Hoard them to yourself, bitch, like you hoard your fucking tissues during the pandemic.
Hoard them like you hoard toilet paper.
I'm going to say more about 2020 for a future ad, so moving on to the next one. Defy Logic was a little too safe. The Paramount Plus Expedition was... I actually like that it ended on a good note by including Sweet Victory because of the bullshit last year. Or sometime before.
Fun fact, that was 2 years ago. It feels like last year, but it was 2 years ago.
They probably had to build that up after a while. I'm going to skip the movie trailers because I don't have much to say about that. Alright, so I'm looking over whichever other ads there were. And okay, so the inspiration one, there isn't much to say. I thought the DoorDash ad with Sesame Street was cute. I mean, I'm not gonna hate. I'm not gonna completely disagree with Ryley. I'm pretty sure that some people who are big fans of Sesame Street would take issue with it. One of the ads that I thought was hilarious was the Flat Matthew one for Doritos 3D. So in this one, Matthew is flat as shit. Like, he's flat as paper. And then finally he decides to get himself, he figures out that the best way is to get a Doritos. And they call it Doritos 3D. So as he goes to get it, instead of, he uses his advantage to actually crawl inside the machine, get a bag, and instead of, using your brain and actually exiting out the fucking vendor first, he just eats it inside and he gets himself stuck in the vending machine.
Although Doritos 3D are pretty good. I had some last year. They're like bugles.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
So yeah, it's a creative ad, but man, did it end on a very stupid note.
It kind of did, honestly, but
Yeah.
it's kind of creative in a way.
Now the next ad is this one. I have a bit of a love-hate relationship, and this is the ad that includes Will Ferrell. I do not like Will Ferrell. I think he's very pretentious and annoying, but he somehow managed to hit the mark on the No Way Norway for General Motors, and he accidentally got himself sent to Sweden at the end of it.
Yeah, it was pretty okay.
The next one is the Pringles ad. This one was clever, but also like dark in dark humor at the same time, because they're it's astronauts who land in the ocean and they're trying to get a hold of NASA, and NASA's too busy stacking up on the different flavors of Pringles. So they're completely overshadowed and they have no signal. They see a ship coming by. Oh look, it looks like we're saved. Turns out they're doing the same fucking shit on the boat, stacking up the Pringles.
I mean, it's Pringles. Would you not want to stack them up?
It just happens at the worst fucking time, and these two astronauts just have rotten luck. It's just, God, I gotta feel sorry for them. So, Bud Light Legends. Oh, yeah, the Bud Light Legends. Okay, so it's a Bud Light commercial where a trucker, he has an accident, and the Bud Light bottles are all over the place. And various characters who I think are in other Bud Light commercials all group together, and they're helping restack and re-prepare the Bud Light shipping.
Yes. The Bud Light Vengers.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't there supposed to be like no Budweiser commercial this year? They put out like this fucking press statement, and then they made like this 30-second spot that was like, hey, listen, this has been a really shit year. We're not making an ad this year. I was like, okay, cool, I guess. But then there's a fucking Bud Light ad, so what the fuck? What's the point?
I'm guessing this is the one time they would be doing it, but I don't know.
I think it might be a Budweiser. Budweiser isn't making one, but Bud Light is, which fucking... If you're gonna not do an ad for the Super Bowl, for a good reason, it's like, hey, we're gonna spend the the $5.6 million for each 30-second slot we would have spent to like help doctors and shit. And I was like, you know what? Good for you. Fucking help people who deserve it at this point, because it's a fucking shitty time. But then don't make a fucking Bud Light ad. You can't have it both ways here. Somebody's like, I don't drink Bud Light non-alcohol. I don't drink either. I'm not 21, except for the delicious taste of a Mountain Dew Major Melon available at all retailers.
And that was one of the other ads. I thought that was a fun little ad. Like, nothing too major about it, but the drink itself is okay.
You said nothing major, and I was just like,
I know. I've tugged some strings off of you.
You did a pun.
Wait, I did a pun?
You said it was nothing too major. The drink's called Major Melon.
God damn it.
Congratulations. Played yourself.
You played yourself. I thought you were doing it intentionally, like that was your bit. I was like, oh, that's a funny thing you did there. And you were like, what the fuck are you on, Robin? I'm like, nope, I'm just having a wonderful... I actually am drinking Major Melon out of a whiskey glass right now, because fuck you all.
Beautiful.
I wish I made on Twitter that I made, because literally, I tried to take a photo of this, because I was like, this drink is so fucking pink, like, I just wanted to post it on Twitter, and every fucking photo I took did not capture how fucking pink this beverage is, until, like, I put it in a whiskey glass and held it up to the light. But at the same time, I'm drinking Mountain Dew out of a whiskey glass because I feel like a fancy bitch tonight.
So for the other ads, let's see. Chipotle, I like the idea that a kid is thinking, hey, we can think more economically with our vegetables and such. Yeah, I wish a lot of people would think more of healthy products instead of dwelling on, like, greasy foods. So he's not too far off the mark there. The Dexcorn, it's with Nick Jonas was one of my least favorites, saying that, oh yeah, you can do a lot of this, but there's no like update with checking like your blood test for diabetes and such. And it's that would just rub me the wrong way. Maybe I'm the only one who thinks this way.
Which one was that one? I'm trying to remember.
It was supposed to be an ad for, it's supposed to be like checking your blood sample and everything, your blood sugar.
What was like the company doing it?
Yeah.
No, I'm asking which company it was.
Dexcom.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember that one at all. Like, that one kind of just flew over my brain. It was one of the ones I was like, yeah, another ad, okay. There was a lot of them that I was like, okay, another ad, skipping. Although
Yeah.
I did watch most of these. I only watched like once earlier this week, but the rest of them I kind of they're like the movie trailers are probably the only things I watched like a billion times. That one and the Mountain Dew ads.
There's another ad that not many people. I actually was saving my turn for this one, and that is the Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, and it's a huge jab at how much we hated 2020. Like as soon as the year started, it's raining lemons everywhere. And people are like getting hit back and forth. They're trying to like find shelter. They're trying to do everything, and it's like, yeah. And it's playing up the joke of life giving you lemons. So
Life gives you lemons, make lemonade, Bud Light lemonade.
no, like near the end of the commercial, one guy comes in to grab a drink, saying, "Well, when life gives you lemons, we know the joke, Mark."
Well, when life gives you lemons,
When life gives you lemons, no one fucking cares, Mark. Go to your fucking baby mama.
You okay?
Damn.
I guess you could say people were sour about. Oh my god!
Oh my! The chat is having some great puns right now.
What the
Desert
fuck?
Samurai, thank you for the major
Beautiful.
pun. That was very good. I was just gonna let it kind of sit there and let like the YouTube chat find it.
Oh my god. Moving on to the next ad. I'm trying to summarize everything because there was a lot. I'm gonna skip over some. The lawn commercials were like it was nice having Travolta in there, but that's about it. The Skechers Max cushioning was okay. WeatherTech was too safe. Oh yes, the Rocket Mortgage ads. Those were funny.
Yeah, those were hella funny, honestly.
Oh yeah, the one that got me laughing so hard is when I'm pretty certain that these hornets are not poisonous or deadly, but as soon as it goes to clip off the nest, it lands on one of the guy's heads.
You just see like the shock. It's like as if this moment that he knew he fucked up.
It was
Yeah.
this moment they knew.
I like that Huggies was taking a different approach about babies being born, saying, yeah, you can do what you want right now, enjoy it while you can, and Huggies is here to support you. And they said some things like, diapers will change and everything. Like, at the first glance, like, yeah, it's gross. But it says some things of what you're allowed to do and such, because when you're older, this stuff is not going to fly. So you're going to cry as much as you want, enjoy it while you can, because then you got to be responsible when you're older. So, one of my favorite ads is Jessica's long story from the Toyota commercial. It's when her legs are gone, but she becomes a really good swimmer. And I like that story. And I like the creative image that she's swimming through the waters of, like, she's even swimming over the floor. She's swimming over a lot of things. And it's one of the more, it was one of those commercials that tug at your heartstrings. E-Trade was funny. I'm looking over which other ones there were. Let's see, TurboTax. TurboTax was kind of okay. What is this one? I have no idea what the hell that is. The Mercari, your marketplace, get your unused things back in the game. Big game spot.
Oh yeah, the Mercari one, like Mercari is a service where it's like you can sell like it's kind of like eBay, but it's a little bit more local. So like I've actually sold shit on Mercari before. Like I think I sold a lens that I was having an issue with. It was just not working with my camera, and I was like, it's like $50 or some shit. I actually it's an okay service ish. I wouldn't recommend buying shit from it unless you're like buying it locally. Don't get people to ship shit to you. from it. I don't trust that shit at fucking all.
Okay, then.
Yeah, the ad was okay.
Yeah, also, sorry, Galaxy, but I really love the Tide commercial with Jason Alexander's face on the sweater.
That was cursed as fuck, dude. I hated it.
It is a cursed image.
I think that's what I love about it. Like, all the circumstances that the sweater is going through. Like, yeah, sweaters go through a lot of bullshit, and the expressions that the face has, it's just, yeah, no, like, that's very accurate. I love it.
You know what I hate?
What?
So much about this ad is that afterwards, who was the guy that was in the sweatshirt?
Jason Alexander.
Alexander something.
Jason Alexander.
Jason Alexander. Afterwards, Jason Alexander made like an Aftermath commercial.
Oh God.
And it's just like, hey look, honey, I'm in a sweater. I'm a thing now. It's like,
hey, Lois, look, I'm on a sweater.
I hate it.
I like the Tide ad. The Dr. Squatch ad can go fuck itself.
Yeah,
no, I hated it.
Ad.
The Vroom one had
Fuck
like
that
a one.
ad.
Yeah, the Vroom one had a 180 approach where you got a guy tied up and then he's like sent back home. I like the Jimmy John's ad where there's one guy and he's cheating his way to make a success on making sandwiches, and then Jimmy John's is coming in and there's like this like rivalry happening. One of the T-Mobile ads where they have Adam Levine setting up Gwen Stefani. Oh man, that one just like that took a turn for the worst.
Oh yeah, considering behind the scenes, yeah. Considering the rumors about Gwen Stefani and Blake, it's like, yeah.
The next one is the another it's a Verizon ad, and I fucking love this one. They got Samuel L. Jackson a cameo in what looks like a 3D game, and he's saying things like you can't blame the lag and shit, and then in comes a fucking whale or a shark, and it just eats him alive.
Beautiful.
Yeah. No, he's making this big speech and then he gets eaten. Something that Bliss and I enjoyed watching was the Wayne's World ad for Uber Eats. Nice callback. I love that.
Although even though like the whole ad was about eat local, the saddest thing, I very rarely eat local on Uber Eats because delivery charges in New Orleans are so fucking expensive for some places. It's like, listen, I love local restaurants around New Orleans. A lot of them are fucking awesome. Like, if one of you guys wants to come down, we can go on a fucking tour and we'll just eat the way through the fucking city. That sounds rad. But, yeah, I love local restaurants. I'm not paying for delivery fees. Nope, it's way too much money.
What else do we have? Let's see, Opportunity Knocks. What is this one? I'm looking through all these ads and seeing what there is. Oh, this is supposed to be one of those environment type of ads. And yeah, you're not missing much. Let's see. There's Coming to America. Cheetos. It wasn't me. God, they had Ashton Kutcher in there, and man, they whacked Kutcher with a stupid stick. Because it's very I can see the joke they're kind of going for, but I really didn't like it. It's just like...
That's forgettable.
Yeah, it's like, you ate my Cheetos. No, I didn't. Okay. And he just takes her word for it. Like, no!
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah. 5 to 9 was fun. This one I had mixed feelings of. The all-electric Cadillac, which had Edward Scissorhands.
Oh yeah, I forgot that one.
Yeah, he's trying to fit in with the rest of the people, but every time he fails at something. Like someone tosses a ball at him, but by the time he catches it, it just deflates because his fingers are scissors. So he's given a chance to be in a car, and it's like, turn this on. Oh yeah, it can automatically drive itself. Those are terrifying.
Oh, the automatically driving cars? They're fucking creepy.
Yeah. Because you never know where those things can take you. Well, just even...
On an adventure, Golden.
Yeah, sure. Like the other of which is that it could malfunction and you would have no control of the steering wheel and you could rear end somebody or crash into a wall.
Oh yeah, it's terrifying. I was just making a goof.
One of my favorite ads is "Let's grab a beer," which is just a series of like moments of like, yeah, this is just the most bullshit thing happening, but hey, we got beer with us. It's like, okay, that's a pretty effective ad. What?
Life fucking sucks. Life fucking sucks. Let's get drunk.
Apparently. Okay, so one of my least favorites was also the Klarna ad where they have the 4 quarter-sized cowgirls coming in going for the pink boots. Like, why are they small?
Tiny.
Yeah, they're just coming in and I'm like, I don't know. It just didn't do it for me. I'm looking through what else there is. Robinhood could go fuck itself. The Alexa's body.
I really thought you were like Robin can go fuck themselves. I'm like, okay, I understand.
No, I meant Robin Hood.
I know what you're talking about. It took me a second. I was like, because I was half paying attention. I just heard Robin can go fuck themselves. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm gonna leave the podcast, guys. Nice seeing y'all.
And last but not least is Alexa's body, which is basically just an ad of another Alexa device, but it's replacing it with another big name celebrity. I forgot what his name was. I'm about to find out in just a bit. Come on, show the shot. Okay, Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he makes a cameo in the ad, and it gets extremely awkward. Like, it's almost like she's cheating on him, like her husband. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Michael B. Jordan, why are you in this commercial?
Oh god, she's just going away from the mic to go.
So yeah, okay. So I just wanted to give a mention to a majority of the ads and not leave any of them out. Yeah, no, the M&M's one is my favorite. The one of the mortgage ads with the Hornet, that's also one of my favorites. I like the Let's Get a Beer, the Jessica for the Toyota commercial with her lack of legs. Dr. Squatch can go fuck itself. Yeah, no, like, out of all the ads, the Dr. Squatch one is like negative, like 0 out of 10. Leave that guy out. I don't want to see him again.
Cancel him.
I'm tired of seeing his fucking face in every goddamn YouTube.
Yeah.
I put on YouTube when I go to sleep sometimes. Like, I'll put on, like, I think, like, I'll just put on really long videos, like, especially, like, Racevic is a great YouTube channel, where he's got just a really relaxing voice, and I'll put it on, like, a playlist of his, just on autoplay, and I'll get woken up in the middle of the night by the fucking Dr. Squatch ads. Like, they're at this point like a sleep paralysis demon to me. It's like, fucking goddamn it, Dr. Squatch.
No, it's just like before, like, you're listening to something and then you hear, "You're not a dish, you're a man."
You're a man.
Nobody cares.
I'm going to perfect that fucking accent. I want to do a perfect fucking impression of him.
Oh no, like, tease the fuck out of him, dude. So
I just want to do it now.
Yeah, no, I think we've talked about the Super Bowl ads long enough. I think I bored the
hour and 20 minutes.
We went on for a while. Sorry to the chat if I bored you. We're ready to move on to the next topic. And this is Project Hazel from Razer. So, some of you may not know this already yet. So, to give a quick summary, Project Hazel is a series of masks that Razer has put together where the masks are transparent, so you can actually see the lips and you can see the full expressions on their faces. They have filters that are well protected. And they also have their own mic speaker setup where you can actually talk a lot cleaner because in other masks, like, your speech gets all muffled and shit. And it's, yeah, like, that's another annoying thing out there. And to make things more convenient, they have, like, a silicone covering over the top of your top of the mask, and this would be convenient for me because it prevents air passing through, which means it wouldn't fog up my goddamn glasses, because that's the issue.
Fucking men.
Yeah, that's the issue. That's the issue that I have whenever it comes to wearing masks out in public. Like, I'll wear them. It's not fun, but I'll fucking contribute to society for this pandemic. But I'm not going to see too much else right now, but this is a quick summary of what it is. And also, they have their own clean. They have their own box so you can put it in a case, and it's got UV lighting, which takes out all the bacteria that's in there, which I think is really cool. So, from top to bottom, as usual, Galaxy, share us your opinion on these masks.
Okay, so this time I'm probably gonna make this very short, considering, like what you said there is kind of convenient. However, with the mask, it's like, don't get me wrong, that's a very good way of just like, hey, if you get tired of masks, you might as well look like one of the characters from Cyberpunk 2077. But it's just like, okay, but how long is this gonna last? You know what I mean? Like, how long are you gonna wear this mask? Like, granted, there's some convenience in, like, certain parts of the mask, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, how long what's the duration? Because I'm pretty sure it's not just gonna be like, oh, you're gonna wear this all day, and then, oh, like, whoops, magic, and it has, like, a bunch of your bacteria out, whoops.
Okay.
It's like,
I can.
Like, I don't know how long are they gonna do that? Because you would have to, like, if this is your mask, you would either throw it out of the trash can or just like wash it,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah, it's just
I can see where you're coming from there.
Because it's like, okay, this is neat, like very innovative, very creative. Razer, we love to see it, but how long is this gonna? What's the duration for each use of the mask,
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not just a fabric mask that you use on your, your face, or like a medical mask,
Mm-hmm.
It's literally like a toxic mask, but in a more futuristic form.
I think that's what gives. I think that's what'll give it its duration after the pandemic. Maybe
that's how long is it gonna take though? Like each day you use it. That's what I want to know.
I think it's meant to last a while, and then when you're ready to put it away after you get home, it does the job of cleaning it enough to where you can just wear it another day.
Okay, I see.
But yeah,
it's innovative. Honestly, I can see myself wearing this. However, I can imagine the amount of struggling I would have to do to clean that bitch up. Like every corner of the fucking mask, like every speck of like the audio parts of it. It's gonna be very frustrating.
Okay, so since you said you didn't have much to say, are you ready to pass the turn on to Robin?
She said that He said that she has to be skipped for a minute.
Oh, okay. Ryley, how about you?
Honestly, if we didn't have the context of the pandemic, I could see this being something that more people wouldn't be like it seems kind of tasteless, but honestly, before the whole pandemic was a thing, if you saw somebody at a rave wearing one of these things, I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay.
I kind of like, what about this thing? But then as I thought about where I would see these things before the context of the pandemic, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I could see these things at like or raves or like Twitch streamers doing like wearing this shit and stuff. So maybe it's not so far fetched.
I mean, really, like the mask was made simply because of the pandemic, and that masks, like nurse masks and such, like they were disposed of so much. There were a lot of like this company had to donate a lot and contribute to a lot of charities, and then contribute this one. So that's kind of how it all came to be. But again, I have to hold my tongue first and let you continue.
Yeah, I know it was made because of the pandemic, but if we didn't have the context of the pandemic, I bet people would have been kind of less outraged about these masks and be like, yeah, it's probably just like a rave, party-goer, Twitch streamer type of thing, basically.
Yeah, I can see that. The way I see it, are you finished with your turn?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so hopefully Robin will come back in time for us to allow Robin's take. But anyway, so the masks. I had I have somewhat of an interest in these masks. Like, I'm not going gung ho crazy about it, but it's interesting, and I think it's interesting because, first of which, Keyframe and I actually had a discussion before about the idea of wearing masks, and yeah, they're not fun. You know, you gotta do these, but the thing that she mentioned, and I can agree with her on this, in that. In other countries, masks are used a lot more, like during the cold seasons and such, or when it's almost like a flu season and such. And,
oh yeah, Japan is well known for wearing masks when they're sick.
Yeah, and for some reason in America, people see this as something disorienting or like far-fetched or foreign or something like that. It's really just another way of just preventing yourself from getting sick, and we both agree that, like, having to wear a mask, not necessarily having to be wearing a mask, but more on the option of wearing a mask, it really ought to be normalized. And I agree with that, because looking at people wearing masks, it really shouldn't be looked at in a negative light. There's negative elements to it, but there's also positive elements to it. And it should, like... I think it would fit better in a mundane basis, and I think that this mask can kind of be a motivational drive where people can wear masks more often. And I also am going to kind of bounce off of Galaxy here, as she mentioned, like, Cyberpunk's 2077. I think that was a hilarious reference. There have been some, like, characteristics and a bit of fashion in terms of characters wearing masks. Like, I've seen fan art of it. I've seen some MLP fan art of ponies wearing the masks. And yeah, they do look kind of cute. And I like that they would try to normalize that. So that way, if some people like to wear them, it's more of a style or a personality of some sort. And I think this is a somewhat of a potential for that kind of direction. I'm probably just counting my chickens a little too far there.
Golden.
Yes?
I forgot to mention this. In certain countries before the pandemic, specifically Japan, it's very normalized in Japan. Like, wearing a mask is very normalized, considering that, like, germs and everything. Germophobia is a thing in Japan, like, a big thing. But it's just, the thing with this is that in, like, North America, it's very foreign to have some human decency to basically wear a mask.
Yeah, and
I hate that the fucking weebs beat us to it. Like, god damn it, the fucking weebs got it before we did.
Not even that. The Japanese people.
They're not
weebs.
like Japanese people. I'm talking about the weebs at anime conventions who are wearing the fucking... I think it's like the Kill la Kill, or... It's some anime where they have, like, a face mask that has, like, a zipper on it. And I'm like, god damn it. They figured it out. They were well prepared for this shit. They caused coronavirus.
Dude. Japan is hella advanced.
Honestly, I would believe that coronavirus originated from an anime convention.
Oof.
No. Honestly, no.
I have a lot of bad experiences with anime conventions. We're not going to get into it on this podcast.
Yeah. But Robin, since you're here, I'm going to let you take in your turn.
Yeah, I had to do a lockout for a friend, which was very funny because I can't explain that on stream. I just forgot. Fuck. But I've been looking at these things as well. So I work in a situation where I talk to a lot of people because of my job. I work as an RA, so I do a lot of talking, and masks can fucking suck sometimes because it's very hard to hear people. I am not hard of hearing. Like, I don't have, I'm not deaf or hard of hearing. My ears fucking suck. And I struggle to hear things sometimes. And so I would love something like this for everyone around me, because I could then listen to people way easier.
Yeah.
Personally, the $149 price tag on these things is a little bit ridiculous. It's a Razer thing. I get it. They're expensive because of the tech that's inside of them. But at the same time, oof, that's
actually
$100.
surprised they're not more.
I hope that over time they kind of like drop down the price for a little bit more.
Yeah, I would if this was like the beginning of the pandemic, like there was no sight on a vaccine yet. This would be like a day fucking one for me because shit, man, like I use a ton of masks, and I'm probably still gonna keep using masks well after I get a vaccine. Like, just because I don't know like what's gonna happen in the distant future, and B, fuck it, I don't want to have to continuously tell people, oh no, don't worry, I've been vaccinated. Zuckerman, what the fuck, dude? We're not doing conspiracy theory bullshit.
Whoa! Let's not. Let's not go there. Let's not go there.
I know, but I'm just fuck. Okay, so yeah, like I'm still gonna keep wearing a mask probably for the next year. Like I don't know when I'm gonna stop wearing it, but for me personally, like yeah, something like this would have been really good at the beginning of the pandemic. Nowadays, I'm a little bit less, like $150 for a single mask. I have like literally a bag of masks next to me. Like I make my own masks at this point because my mom taught me how to sew them. Like I've got a pattern for them. So I have about like 20, 25 masks personally that I just interchange out what I want to wear that day. Mm-hmm. So I'm good not needing a $150 big special mask. But yeah, maybe like after things are done and like maybe if the price settles down a bit, I might keep it for like cold and flu season if I feel sick. Because, hey, I do like the microphone shit. Although the funniest fucking part of this, to me, is that the fucking, the masks have Razor Chroma in them. I can have an RGB mask. That's the funniest shit in the world to me. Like, I hate being this guy, cause I am a slut for RGB. Like, I love art. Like, literally on my desk right now, I have an RGB backlight at the back of my desk. My computer has RGB fans. I have an RGB like lamp, which is currently set to just cycle through colors, and my desk mat is also RGB. I am a slut for this aesthetic. So hell yes, I want a mask that glows in pretty colors. That sounds so fucking. I want my mask to match my computer. That sounds fucking rad.
I can, yeah, no, like it does look pretty cool right there. Like, I'm just thinking more on the practical terms, but in terms of style, they definitely have a sleek look to it. But kind of bouncing out before about normalizing wearing masks and such, I'm all for it. I think that some people need to be more flexible over the environments that come around them and such, instead of just... Because we've already touched upon the annoyance of those people who are so hissy-fitty over having to wear a mask and such. Like, Robin, you already told us your story.
Oh my god, it's so fucking funny.
Yeah,
I've got a couple good mask stories, but I'll leave them for a different podcast.
Oh, you want to save them for a different podcast?
I don't know if we're ever going to do them, but while they're very funny, they could cost me my job if I talk about them too much, like if I give too many details. And B... I don't. If we're gonna do something like that, I would probably want to save them all up for a single podcast. When I can, especially if I can like actually have time to prep them, I might actually have to clear them through HR, which is very funny. Because in case if somebody like from my department is watching the podcast, they might be like, "Oh, you're talking about like important FERPA information." Like, I try not to. That's why I'm very much like, "Oh, I can't say that because my job."
Okay, that's fair enough. But aside from the style that it goes for, I do like the practicality that they're going to try to go for. Like, charging $150, like, I can see why it is right now, because of all this, like, the nice, like, specs and everything, and all the glitz and glams that are put onto it. But aside from the style, I like the practicality they're trying to aim for. I hope that they're trying to make these masks more comfortable, because they also have a filter effect where, when you exhale... they just let out the exhaling air, so that way you have clean air inside the mask. I don't know too much of the gist of that, but this is also bouncing back. I like I'm kind of repeating myself here. I do like the idea of having masks becoming a bit more normalized, in that if some people choose to wear it during the flu season, that's good on them, instead of perceiving it as something foreign to them. I mean, people need to be more flexible in our country. And the other of which, I'm gonna say it, like, some people, like, sometimes masks can be cute.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, like I've maybe this is just because like I've seen fan art of ponies wearing masks, but in general, like those who have masks and they have like different like expressions and personality to them, it adds a bit of a charm to it. And
I'm going to tell you right now.
Okay.
Currently, Galaxy is thinking up an image of you in a maid outfit with a mask. And it's going to be very funny.
Okay, that is both hilariously weird, but at the same time...
Excuse me?
I'm calling it. I'm calling my shot. I'm pretty sure.
How did you know I was actually going to do that?
You're predictable, that's why.
You are very predictable. I love you so much. You're such a good friend of mine. We've known each other for so fucking long that I know anything you're about to fucking do.
The thing is, I'm not even gonna draw Golden in a maid outfit.
The mask, I wouldn't mind.
Maybe later, but right now, no.
I mean, I don't know what you're doing for Valentine's Day, although you posted a thing on Twitter where it's like, I'm doing stuff for Valentine's Day, and my brain immediately went, I'm scared. Like, I don't know what you're gonna do, but I'm scared.
What? Is it very subliminal or some shit like that?
I have a gut feeling that I'm going to be very happy with the result, but I'm also going to just be red in the face for an hour or two. Just calling my shot.
I'm
fucking Babe Ruth in this shit right here.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But no, like, I know I'm gonna get shit for saying this, but, like, okay, I don't like normal, like, surgical masks and such, but these styled masks are, like, I got a sneeze coming up.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you again.
Is there gonna be a third one? Yep.
Engine height.
And Christ on a stick. At least I sneezed inside my tank top, because unlike everybody else, I sneeze inside and actually have a common... Oh, wait, never mind. I make the mistake of just sneezing, like, just general out in public. But no, back to the masks. I know I'm going to get shit for this because a lot of people are not a fan of wearing masks. And on a general basis, like the surgical mask that you would wear, that a nurse would wear and such, and a lot of other masks, like they fog up your glasses, like, that's annoying. But the gas mask sort of look to it, that cyberpunk look, it had, like, I like those kind of looks. They look charming, they can look cute if they're used in the right way. Some people can use them in like a more intimidating sort of look. Like, I think it's somewhat of a fashion, but as I say that, I know that people are going to say like, wow, you're a fucking weirdo. Okay, that's fine.
All weirdos here. You
Yeah.
can't intimidate us by calling us weirdos.
Yeah, but hey, there's been some cute like fan art of characters wearing these kind of masks or wearing like gas masks and such. And there's like in terms of like cyberpunk stuff, it's for like some environmental reasons, because there are some like somewhat toxic areas or like things you don't want to breathe in. Like, I think like in that kind of environment it makes sense. But this also adds on to what Galaxy was asking about in terms of the duration. Like, I think like even after the pandemic, these would work well in certain factories of whatever products are being made, and they have to work with certain chemicals. Like, they would have to work with epoxy resin or carbon fiber. You know, you don't want to breathe that stuff in. And I think that would, yeah, and with this like little technology stuff in there, I think this would work. I personally think this would work very well in the future in that regard. But I also have a personal bias in regards to this, that these type of masks can also be a bit of a fashion or a charm sort of look to it. And I'm repeating myself. I do apologize for that.
That's okay. You're good.
But yeah, no, I like these kind of masks. I'm not going to go gung-ho crazy over it. I'm going to wait and see how things would fare out over time. Maybe this will just become a fad, and that would be a shame, but, you know, the public opinion is a big impact with everything. So, I've shared enough of my thoughts. Galaxy, I'm pretty sure you shared yours. So, this probably may have been, like, the shortest segment out of the entire podcast, because, like, Good God, we have... What is this? Anyway, purchase a Robin0928 Productions tank top at the Teespring store. Perfect for... Robin!
My tank tops are perfect for sneezing, GoldenFox. I'm marketing my merch. Fuck you.
I mean, I can help market your shit, but goddamn, dude, sit on a dick.
I literally, you said I'm sneezing into my tank top, and all I wanted to say was, and if you want another tank top to sneeze in, you can purchase it at teespring.com/stores/Robin0928. I really fucking said it, and I was like, that'd be really fucking funny to just put in the chat. Anyway, teespring.com/stores/Robin0928.
I hate this. Good Christ, Robin.
I have no shame.
Of course you have no shame.
It's really funny.
Well, of course
really funny. It was a good joke, okay?
Oh, no, I'll bet it was a good joke. And speaking of jokes, I think a lot of you may have anticipated this one. It's time to go to video to video. So, video to video, for those who are not familiar, there's always going to be those newcomers. Video to video is a segment where we each turn, we share a video of some kind, and we kind of discuss it. So, Galaxy, what video do you have for us?
Well, originally what I was going to bring was very traumatic for some people. And it was gonna have this one part of the video where it's I'm sorry. No, I don't know what it's. I don't want to know what it's like to get your skin peeled off. Ah, sorry, mother.
What?
Out of context, that sounds horrific.
It does sound horrific.
But if I actually showed the video, it would be a lot more horrific. But I'm tired, so I basically throw in like an animation, basically an reanimated of one of my favorite artists' channels. Mm-hmm. This person basically made a whole ass reanimated short because one of her art pieces for a certain character got so popular, she decided to, or like someone requested her to basically make like a reanimated version of certain scenes from an anime called Kakegurui. And instead, the main character, who is supposed to be this like very cute but also like intimidating in a sense, she instead made this particular main character to look like an actual cat.
Oh my god.
with bangs, and it's so fucking beautiful. It's better than the original.
Oh really?
Like, I say this with like meme potential, but it's just like I love how like the animation for that was, because it's so fucking hilarious.
Okay, so I'm looking at it right now. I see fish coming out of a pouch.
Yeah.
And I'm skipping over. Okay, somebody's upset. I'm going to assume that they're upset because wait, what is? Oh, she's crying. Okay, so yeah. I honestly haven't seen the original compared to this reanimated version. But I know that obviously there's something for an audience on that regard.
It's hilarious. It's basically okay. So Kakegurui is basically like a gambling anime, and the fact that this person basically said, "Hey, you know what? We're basically gonna turn this bitch into a cat," makes me laugh so hard because it's like, it's so funny. But yeah, it's good. It's better than whatever I was trying to show y'all.
Yeah, apparently.
Save your innocence. I'm saving your innocence for now.
Yes. I mean, there's a reason why your character, like your OC, your pony sona is like what, like somewhat of a succubus or something?
Yee.
Yee.
Yee, boy.
And on that note, are we ready to pass it on to Robin?
Yes.
All right, Robin, take it away.
Can we just play the video on the stream? Because it's only like it's less than a minute, and
okay.
I will introduce the clip. So this is a video that has been in my head off and on for the last 7 years. it is, to give context, this was filmed at E3 2014, very shortly after the Smash Brothers for Wii U announcement, and they did like a tournament thing at Smash Brothers at E3 for the Smash Brothers for Wii U demo, and they were showcasing off new characters, and that was like the idea of it. And this clip that I am going to play, or that Fox is going to play on the stream, is from that tournament. Mm-hmm. Very shortly before this happened, Megaman had been introduced into Smash Brothers. And this is one of my favorite videos ever fucking made. And with that, I can show the clip.
Alright, so I just turned on the share screen so that way the rest of you guys can join in. Let me know when you guys are in, and I will do the honors of playing the clip for you guys. Everybody in?
Yeah. Can the stream see it?
Well,
I can see it.
No, I'm just going to play it off of the audio.
Oh, okay. Because the audio is great.
Yeah, because the audio is the selling point. So, all right, Galax is in. Ryley, how about you?
We're all muted.
All right. Well, I'm also waiting until Ryley is Ryley even here? Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. So, we're about ready to play. Just for safe measures, I'm going to go ahead and just lower the YouTube video's volume. All right, so I hope you're ready for this this wild ride we're about to listen to.
We have a Smash Ball.
Haven't seen one of those in a while.
Yes, the first one so far in the Smash. 35 seconds left. Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it, people? Megaman! Megaman! The super fighting robot!
He got one! He got one!
Super fighting robot! Megaman! Fighting to save the world!
It's just such a fucking great video. It's one of my favorites.
Oh my god.
I have showed that video to so many fucking people. My favorite part might still be the ending. Fuck! He's so hyped about Mega Man. It's such a great video. That is genuinely one of my favorite videos ever fucking made. And I will always laugh when people show it to me.
How well does this compete with the classic Nintendo 64?
Yeah, I know the Nintendo 64 one. I like that one. I love Mega Man fighting to save the world. Fighting to save, because it's something so stupid, but I will reference it just randomly. I'll be just like, we'll just be hanging out. It's like, Mega Man, Mega Man, fighting to save the world. He's so fucking hyped about Mega Man. And it's so good. Yeah, so that is my dumb video. I did not know that we were going to do this one, and we were talking about it last night on the live stream. I think we were talking about Mega Man X, and I started screaming, Mega Man! And nobody knew what the fuck I was talking about.
Beautiful.
That is, for people who are on the stream, by the way, if that fucking, if the Power Ranger stream, that part gets highlighted, you've got to include the fucking video in it. You can at least include Fight the World!
Yeah, I'll have to include that. I'll see what I can do for that. But yeah, no, like the exaggeration is what is the selling point. It's too funny. Like I wouldn't blame you on that one. So
good.
Yeah, so that was a short, like, bite-sized, like, is that referring to the cartoon? Yes, he's referring to the cartoon opening.
Yeah, so
Super fighting robot, Mega Man.
Mega Man. The caster, well, the guy who's doing the commentary for the match is like, he's his job is like to keep people excited and hyped, and that whole venue was so fucking hyped about it because it's a brand new Smash game. This is the first ever like Smash tournament for Smash 4, so people were really excited no matter what. And then just the excitement that man has to scream the super fighting robot Mega Man. Oh, it's so good. I think it's gonna be in the description of the video. Just fucking watch it because the timing's also great. We didn't show the video, but the timing of the video and the audio is so funny.
I love that Furcorn Nick says, okay, that sounds like someone's going crazy after Smash Bros. Character revealed. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
It was pretty much. It was a Smash, like, yes, it wasn't the reveal of Mega Man, but it was the first time, like, somebody had seen somebody who actually plays Smash kind of professionally playing Mega Man in a competitive setting. So people were really hyped, and that man was so amped up and ready to go.
It was...
So I didn't know what the original thought of the video was gonna, or what. I've never been on video to video, but that's the first one I've got. So Super Fighting Robot Mega Man.
Oh, that is priceless. Oh, all right. So Ryley, it's your turn now.
So I decided to go with the non-binary finery that is Jim Sterling.
Oh God.
The legend themselves.
And I wanted to bring up his video about when it comes to patenting game mechanics and stuff, because as some of you may have heard recently, fucking Warner Brothers patented their it was the rival system or something it was called in Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War, basically.
Ooh.
Basically, the system allowed if you were killed by a certain orc or something, then that orc would get more powerful, and it would lead to more storylines in the future with that one orc that you would when you encounter them again and stuff. The Nemesis system, that's what it was called.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just some people were like celebrating them patenting a game mechanic, and that's just, it's not right. Patenting a game mechanic just doesn't. It lessens games because it just gives like one company the exclusive rights to a certain way to play a game, and that just leads to stagnation and shit. It would be like, like for instance, you ever wonder why there's no mini games and loading screens?
Mm-hmm.
It's because in 1997 or 1998, Namco Bandai patented the whole system of being able to play mini games while on the loading screen in games, and that didn't go up until 2015. And I think the only people who did anything with it were Nintendo with Splatoon.
Wow.
Because Splatoon was like the only game in the past like 10 years or so that I know of that has like a mini game you can play in a loading screen. Wouldn't that be so much more interesting if you could play a mini game in a loading screen in games nowadays?
I mean, yeah, that would keep the viewer it would keep the consumer like preoccupied until like the actual game loads.
Yeah, and for 17 years we weren't able to do that because Namco Bandai had a patent on it.
Had a patent?
Yeah, they had a patent on the game mechanic. The problem with a lot of patents is they're basically used by what they call patent trolls, which is people who literally just patent something so they can make money off of other people who actually do something with that idea, whether they're gonna do anything with it themselves.
This sounds like a double-sided sword in this case, because there's the one hand of somebody taking like financial advantage, and there's another of which that I think it's kind of shady. But when you think of like simple mini games and such, you think of just like a simple task in what you're doing. Namco is formerly known for a wide variety of arcade games like Pac-Man and such, and those games are comparatively the size of what mini games are. So I have a feeling that they also did that so that way they wouldn't like have their past games be devalued or some shit. That's just a possible theory right there.
Well, another thing that you could compare it to, if game companies were allowed to like patent all these type of game mechanics, it would be like if Konami had the exclusive rights to survival horror with Silent Hill. And considering they're not doing dick with Silent Hill nowadays, imagine we lived in a world where that was patented.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can almost understand the concept of it. Like, from a surface level, yeah, the guys who made Shadow of Mordor, they fucking built that system. It'd fucking suck if you put all the fucking work in and then somebody's like, wow, that's really cool, I'm gonna yoink it for my game. Yeah, that fucking sucks, but at the same time, you can't really patent a mechanic. Like, that's just... It doesn't work. It shouldn't work like that. I understand why it would suck, like, to put in all the fucking work to make it, only for somebody to be like, cool, yoink, we're gonna put this in the next fucking Call of Duty or Assassin's Creed or some shit. We don't fucking care. Like, because the Nemesis system in Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War was fucking intricate. Like, the way they built it was cool as fuck. And it's super in-depth and shit. It's a cool fucking mechanic. But yeah, patenting, like, a game mechanic is real legally weird. Because you can take that as far as you want. Like, can I patent platforming? Like, I'm pressing an A button to jump. Like, is that a mechanic? Can I patent that? Like, it gets dicey.
Mm-hmm.
Legal shit is fucking weird.
Legal shit is frustrating and it's a headache.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not gonna stop. Like, I should stop there, actually, because I could go on a tirade about that shit.
And there's no super fighting robot Megaman if it's patented. no one can be the super fighting robot if Dr. Wily holds the patent.
I swear to God, Robin, you are the fucking meme trash of both my podcasts and my Let's Plays.
That is my favorite thing to do, is to, honest to God, and this is fucking dumb. It is very funny to see people, like, in the YouTube comments quoting a bit that I did. It brings me a sense of joy. It's like, that was my bit. Like, that came from my stupid brain. And I love that. Like, I love making people laugh with that kind of shit. Like, that's the reason I fucking love Orb Menu. Like, it was not even my joke, but Solar and I fucking took that thing all the way, as far as we could take it, and I'm so glad, like, that's just become a thing around here.
And now what's becoming a thing is monkey.
Monkey. Although Monkey has a shelf life. Monkey will probably, it won't be as relevant once Kong vs. Godzilla comes out, although I will probably bust out Monkey every now and then, because it's very
I still love that the last podcast I made was like, okay, so you're on Team Monkey, right? I'm going to fucking kill you.
Oh my God. I think that was really good. The other one that I really loved from that one, I need to find it so I can clip it for you, is we were doing the monkey bit, and you were like, God, someone's just going to start commenting #monkey in the comments. And I'm like, yeah, it's me. That one was so fucking good. Because also the first comment on the video was me saying #monkey. Because I put notifications on for your channel so I could get it the moment you fucking uploaded the podcast. that was what I did. I worked really early in the morning, so when you upload the podcast, I'm at work and I just wrote #monkey, sent comment, close you.
Close it. That's it.
This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Major Melon.
This podcast was sponsored by John Cena and Mountain Dew.
Dude, can we get John Cena on the podcast?
Oh God,
dude, I can't. You know, I did mention before it would be fun to have like potential interviews with some people, because I mentioned that I would love to do an interview with the voice actor for Duke Nukem, and I want him to quote Dick Kickham.
Oh, I've met John St. John. He's a pretty cool guy, very personable.
Oh, dude, I want him to quote Dick Kickham. Dead serious.
I believe it.
I have to Google his name, but I'm trying to remember, because this was...
What is he known for?
I'm talking story. So he's the voice actor. He worked on My Little Pony. That's how I met him at a pony convention.
Uh-huh.
But he's more known to me as the voice of Bling Bling Boy from Johnny Test. And if you don't know, the name that I've gone by for most of my life is Jonathan, which is also what Bling Bling Boy calls Johnny Test. And that shit was the funniest fucking thing in the world to me to hang out with him. We were backstage like at an event for, I think it was TriCon 2017. We were backstage before the opening ceremonies. It was like they had like this show guest and the community guest for some reason next to each other, which is also how I had a very long conversation with M.A. Larson, where he will literally sign fucking anything.
No,
his handler, because I was giving him a script of one of my reviews, A Magical Mystery Cure, because we were going to give it away at the charity auction, and it actually, I don't remember what it sold for, but it was pretty okay. His handler had the script, and as he's signing it, she's like, "You didn't say anything mean about M.A. Larson in the episode." I'm like, "No, I didn't." But he was already fucking signing it. Like, I could have said anything I wanted to in that video, and he would have fucking signed it. dude is really cool. But all the fucking voice actors and shit I meet, like, everyone's really chill.
So I received a trivia from Keyframe that's John St. John also voiced Big the Cat in Sonic Adventure.
Big the Cat!
Oh god, that would be fun to like. Ooh man. So wow, we went on a tirade about that potential, didn't we? Anyways,
also, Gold.
Yes.
Look at the chat.
Galaxy, I got you, fam.
Oh my god.
John, whip cracking noise.
It's something that's going on in our chat. Don't worry about it. So, is that all you got, Riley?
Yeah, just the whole thing about patenting game mechanics and stuff was really interesting.
Okay, so to arrive at my turn, I kind of kicked myself in the teeth for not doing this prior to this podcast for video to video. Because last time I was given a link to Kitty0706's French Toast video. Funny as shit. I recommend you check it out. But this one I actually wanted to share, and I completely forgot about. But I wanted to do it now, and this is the 2.5 hour documentary that Adam from Your Movie Sucks made about the Kimba the White Lion controversy. I watched it every day when it came out last year, and this was one of the other very few good things of 2020. And I didn't want to mention that because just mention it in the good, like the positive things for 2020 would just feel out of place because we had more personal things to go by. But this video is basically 2.5 hours of Adam explaining why this whole controversy of the Lion King ripping off Kimba the White Lion is bullshit and stupid. And if not insulting. Not like just insulting to the legacy of... what was his name? God, like his name just left my head. The creator of Kimba, what was his name?
Fuck words. Googling. Stall for time while Robin Googles.
Wasn't it like Osamu Tezuka or something?
Tezuka, that's who it was. Yeah, no, it's an insult to Tezuka because, like, when you think of Kimba the White Lion, people just think about the controversy. You don't really think about the content of the show. Like, I didn't know anything about the show, and I was actually avoiding having any, like, involvement with the show because people would just bring up that, oh, it's a ripoff of Kimba the White Lion. And it's just, that is so full of shit. He did give a fair critique on it. He was a little bit harsh in a lot of areas, and there's a lot of bizarre shit that happens. Like, there's a tradition where there's, like, the past fathers who passed on, their bodies are used and shit. It's very morbid and just like, what the fuck? But it's their thing. There's a lot of other things that happen in the series in which I don't want to say too many negative things about because I would have to take a look at Kimba myself. But I like that this is just breaking down all the information about how full of shit it is that people have been talking about this controversy because, like, I've already talked about how much it devalues what Kimba the White Lion was, but this also, like, it puts a huge shame and a middle finger on people who love The Lion King. Because it's like, oh yeah, your childhood movie, it was a ripoff of another anime. Aren't you proud of yourself? Like, it just...
suspicious.
That's the other thing I love.
That's my favorite clip to use.
I know. Kimba, Simba, suspicious.
Suspicious.
And I love that right up the mark. He's like, if you actually did your research, you would know that Simba means lion in Swahili. Like, the original name for Kimba was supposed to be Leo, and instead of naming him Simba, they just called it Kimba for marketing reasons. So, like, the name Simba would have existed regardless.
I knew nothing really about Kimba. Like, I think I had heard about the controversy, mostly from you, like, years ago. Like, that, before we, like, split off for a couple years. I had heard about it from you, and you were yelling about it at one point. But it was one of those things, like, we talked about in, a 4-hour Skype call, so I don't remember any of it. So I knew pretty much nothing about Kimba, and I was like, okay, sure, fuck it. I think I had heard, like, the controversy at some point. So it was very interesting to, like, get a full breakdown of it. Also, Kimba, what the fuck are you up to? Like, the whole, like, having your dead father wrapped around you is real fucking creepy. Could you imagine, like, if the Lion King did try to rip off Kimba, and they had fucking, it's like Hakuna Matata, but Simba's got Mufasa's fucking pelt around his neck?
That's
means
Simba.
No worries.
Simba having Jesus Christ. God damn, dude. Like, how many of you guys know who Confused Matthew is?
A little bit.
Okay, so he was a popular movie reviewer or film critic back in the late 2000s, and he was notorious for his review of The Lion King. He basically criticized the movie so harshly, saying that Simba only cares about himself. He's a spoiled child to a degree that he's just beyond unlikable, which I'm thinking, like, I think you're being a little overdramatic about that. He complains about, he looks for plot holes. He tries to explain his reasonings on why the story is, like, incoherent as fuck. He thinks that Timon and Pumbaa are villains because, despite the fact that they saved his life, they, quote-unquote, share the wrong knowledge to him with Hakuna Matata, and they just saved Simba's life thinking, oh, we could just use him as a bodyguard. And I'm thinking, like, how exactly is that evil? Using a bodyguard? What's evil about that? I mean, the other witch...
We need protection. Oh no, that's so evil.
Oh no! I mean, it's not like they're low on the goddamn food chain. Oh, dude. Yeah, no, and he complains about like you know that famous scene where Mufasa appears in the sky and talking to Simba like, why is he there now? Why wasn't he there earlier when, I don't know, these two assholes corrupted this kid? What was he doing? There's just a whole nitpick territory that if you were to try to argue with him, he will snap back. He's very stubborn about his opinions. The thing that irritated me the most about him and that... So the point I'm bringing up is that, Robin, based off of what you said about... Simba wearing, like, part of Mufasa and such, like, yeah, if you think that what Hakuna Matata is bringing is so morally fucked up, you haven't watched Kimba then.
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm nowhere near as much of a fan of Lion King as you are, because, man, I couldn't talk that much about Lion King, but the whole controversy really seemed kind of dumb, even from an outsider's perspective, like, before knowing about the whole thing, like, just saying, like, oh yeah, there was a Japanese anime series called Kimba the White Lion, and then, like, I'd be like, okay, so it's an anime about a lion who has a name that sounds like Simba, because I did know, like, that Kimba and, like, that Simba's name was based in Swahili, because I had the Lion King, like, special features thing, and they talked a lot about, like, that the language's influence on the movie. I'm like, okay, cool. I knew that. I've known that, like, since I was like 8 years old. I've been like, seems like a really weird coincidence, honestly. It's kind of like the fucking ants in A Bug's Life. Like, that has more, like, actual controversy to it than Kimba and Simba. I can talk about the fucking Bug's Life thing for a while. That shit's crazy. Have you heard about that?
You mean like the similarities between A Bug's Life and ants?
Like, that Katzenberg was pitching Ants to, like, Disney while, like, Pixar was like, already kind of working on A Bug's Life. They're like, hey, we got this movie idea. You're already kind of working on it. It's going to be, like, right after Toy Story. It's about, you know, bugs and shit. And then, like, at the same time, like, Katzenberg splits from Disney, starts working at DreamWorks, and he's like, okay, we got to make a movie about bugs now. And it's like, why? It's like, listen... Disney's making something about bugs, and we're gonna fucking beat them to the punch.
Oh my god.
That's weird. Like, there's a couple examples of that. Like, Katzenberg, because he worked at Disney for so long, he knew what the fuck Disney was working on. Even Pixar, they knew what the fuck they were working on. So that's why you have shit like Madagascar and The Wild. The Wild was in development in the 90s. Like, that movie was in development way before Madagascar was conceived. And Katzenberg's like, hey, they're still trying to make that movie, like, about the lions and shit going into the wild. Fuck it, we're gonna make one of our own. And it's much better. It's so much better.
I know that you mentioned before that you wanted to make your own retrospective project on, like, Toy Story and such. Like,
that's the one I'm making.
Yeah, I am down for that, and I would love to see you tackle on the rivalry with Katzenberg and the controversy with A Bug's Life and such. Like, this is the kind of shit that I love. I love it when people make video essays.
That would be a whole retrospective on Pixar, because there's so much shit, like, I could talk about with Toy Story, like, the fact that Toy Story 2 almost didn't happen. Like, my favorite movie, almost ever, almost never got released because somebody was a fucking moron.
What about Animat's animation look back on Pixar?
I think he's done one about Pixar.
He probably did.
I haven't watched it. I try to. If I'm doing a video about a subject, like that's what I'm currently like trying to avoid watching videos about Star Wars right now.
Oh God!
I'm trying to keep my. Obviously, I want to avoid Star Wars content because it's mostly toxic as fuck.
Yeah, no, that's
It also keeps me in my own headspace when I'm writing videos. Like that's what I did for MLP reviews. Like you guys would have your reviews out like 2 days afterwards, and I'd be like, "Man, I can't wait to watch these when I'm done with my video in like 3 weeks."
Beautiful.
Fucking Manhattan review,
Great
man.
scheduling.
That computer crashed like 7 times trying to render that fucking video.
Oh, I can imagine how frustrating that would be.
I messaged you like on Skype. I was like, I think I told you like, if this computer crashes one more time, I'm gonna shoot myself. Like I was 13 at the time and losing my goddamn mind because I was like, man, I got GoldenFox on this. This video is actually pretty good. Like I like the setting. I'm having fun with this. It's not greatly edited because it's me at 13 and I wasn't very good at editing. But like it's starting to come together. And I'm like, okay, just gotta render it. And it rendered like once. And I'm like, cool, it's 99%, and it just crashed. And I'm like, okay, that's gonna be fun. And it happened 8 times.
Oh my God,
Oh,
dude.
no.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever told you that story. Yeah, I think I just said, like, I'm having an issue with rendering. It'll be up tomorrow. And it got up. It's still up there. It's not very good. Don't watch it. Don't watch those videos. They're bad.
But getting back to the video that Adam made, yeah, no, it's a very well put together video, and Adam was just slamming every possible argument over this bullshit controversy. And kind of retreading what I said earlier, I love that he ends it on a note saying that this controversy is like, despite that it shits on people who love The Lion King, it's also insulting to Tezuka's legacy, because aside from Kimba, he's known for Astro Boy, and some people call him like the Disney of anime, or the inventor of anime.
Yeah, Astro Boy, I remember that.
So, when you think about this idiotic controversy, is this how you want Kimba to be remembered as? The one anime that Disney ripped off? Because that
no, not really.
Yeah, exactly. I think Tezuka's work wants to be remembered for what his content provided, not some stupid controversy that even like. Here's also the nail on the coffin of all this. Tezuka's son wrote a biography. He wrote a biography, and he stated that he does not want to. He denies all the connections with Kimba and the Lion King. He also admits that you have a very limited palette when you work with when you work with animals in a setting of Africa, and he also doesn't like it when his father's legacy is being weaponized or used as a weapon of some sort, and that's what a lot of these Kimba fans were doing. And this yeah.
In other words, this whole controversy in terms of, I mean, granted, I'm not like siding with any side, whatever, but it's basically saying, hey, you're putting a damp on my father's name by basically comparing my dad's work to Lion King, which is coincidentally kind of the same thing, but not really.
Yeah.
Okay.
you had a long pause there. No. But yeah, no, like that's actually another perspective of looking into this. And honestly, it's more than convincing to realize that this stupid controversy on a general basis, it's just fundamentally damaging on all spectrums. That's why I hate this controversy more than ever. And I'm glad that finally the squeaky wheel got its grease and that somebody stepped in and had to call out on the bullshit. Because every time before then, if you defended the Lion King and you said, like, if you try to defend it in ways that argued against the controversy, people would call you out saying you're just letting your nostalgia take you. Nope. Adam did his fucking research, and I have huge respect for him to going over 2.5 hours of a video. Like, he even stated he didn't enjoy making the video. He was so exhausted.
The funniest thing is he was like, yeah, this was going to be like a 1-paragraph sentence or 1-paragraph bit in a video I'm working on, and it's 2.5 hours now. Oops.
But
it was literally supposed to be like just a little like sidebar in his video. I think it's about like Lion King 2019 or something. I don't fucking
Oh,
know.
he plans on reviewing the remake and tearing it to shreds. Like, I would be looking forward to that.
Yeah, I don't know. I will never be like fully into Lion King. I definitely respect your series, your retrospective series. I'm like, man, it's pretty interesting. I don't know anything about this.
So you came in with an empty head.
Pretty much, head empty, brain no work good, except for Lion King 1.5. That was the one I was looking the most forward to because it's the one I've seen the most.
Honestly, same.
I've only seen like, I've mostly seen fucking Lion King 1.5 because it was the one like, I had all 3 of them as like DVDs as a kid, but Lion King 1.5 was the one that had the Mystery Science Theater homage in it, and I'm like,
it did.
Hell yeah, I'm down with that
Oh
shit.
God.
But yeah.
Fucking TV show.
But yeah, so at this point, I'm kind of exhausting myself here, but yeah, definitely check these videos out. And with that in mind, we're ready to go to the Q&A.
Woo!
Q&A,
time!
Q&A, Q&A, Q&A.
Ask
Are
us
all the
questions.
questions going to be
We'll answer
about
them.
Mountain Dew made?
God,
Question us.
you cut out there, Robin.
Question us.
I don't know where that bit went. I was like, please stop me before I have to keep going, and no one stopped me.
Stop me before I kill again.
Do it, Riley. Oh, Riley, we can talk about a thing. I don't know when the fuck we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, but we got the Halo thing. That's gonna be fun.
I've
Yeah,
heard about that,
looking
yeah.
forward to that.
All right, so still waiting on the questions. And as I said
just
before, try to ask questions that bring conversation and not make jokes, you know?
That's my job. I'm the one who says the dumb jokes.
I thought that was my job.
Riley, what was our team name that we came up with in fucking Among Us? It was like Team Trust or something like that?
Something like
Team
that.
Trust. It was you, me, and Bliss, and we were Team Trust. We will trust each other until the. So listen, we have shitty jokes, and we can both make shitty jokes.
Okay,
snarky
first
one, basically.
All right, first question's in. All right, so from Zuckerman1973, how many of you guys are fans of TWRP Tupperware Remix Party?
Hell yes.
I have never heard of them before.
I mostly know them from like.
Hold on.
Sex party stuff.
Have you at least seen Starlight Brigade?
What's that?
Oh my fucking god.
We will correct this after the podcast.
Yeah, okay, so Tupperware Remix Party is a separate group that Dan from Ninja Sex Party had an acquaintanceship with, and they collab together in a lot of things, including Under the Covers. Do you at least know who Ninja Sex Party is, Riley?
I know who Ninja Sex Party is, yes.
Okay.
That's why their music sounded a lot better. Like over the last couple of years, because TWRP now does like all of the backing music for Ninja Sex Party, with the exception of like keyboards, I think, because that's still Brian himself.
Yeah.
Because Danny and Brian are good musicians, but they're not very proficient in everything. So now that TWRP is like kind of their backing band, their music has gotten so much fucking better. And because of that.
And I also think that the charm of NSP has still like continued even with Tupperware. But yeah, I like the style that they're going for. It's like it's Daft Punk in the 1980s.
Ooh.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
I see.
But yeah, Starlight Brigade is a video that I heavily recommend. If you haven't watched it before.
I'm gonna link it in here, and we can watch it. We can like watch it after the podcast is over. Because yeah, TWRP is fucking awesome.
Yeah, they are. So let's go to the next question. Here's a gaming question. Ask all. Favorite video game weapon? I like shotguns. I love using the shotgun in Doom.
I hate to say this, but I am Kingdom Hearts trash, so I'd have to say the
Of
Keyblade.
course.
Hold on, guys.
Dude.
Yeah, let's let Riley finish. Go ahead.
I am absolute Kingdom Hearts dumpster fire. I would want to use a Keyblade.
Okay then.
This is a good question because I have a good couple answers. Like, if I'm going like things that are like the most fun, it's not a weapon, but it's a mechanic, and it's in a couple of different games. Grappling hooks are the most fun shit in any fucking video game.
Including
if you
Zelda?
Can let me, I was thinking Batman Arkham series. Like, the grapple boost in Batman Arkham City and Arkham Knight is the greatest thing in video games. And then Doom was like, let's put it on a shotgun.
What about the double claw shot from Twilight Princess?
I hate to break it to you, but I've never played Twilight Princess all the way through.
Okay, then.
Fair enough.
Okay, so...
but yeah, that one, or... alternatively, this is because I thought about it, we were talking about it on Twitter, the dildo bat from Saints Row, because it's the funniest goddamn thing to me.
Jim Sterling owns one of those.
Actually,
I want one.
I have a question in regards to the hook shot. There's a third-person shooter game that's a recent title, and part of the mechanic involves using the hook shot to go through different buildings and taking on enemy bases and such. I don't know what it's called.
I know, I think Far Cry has something similar to that. There's a couple of games with, my opinion, any game should have a grappling hook. I don't care what... give me a fucking grappling hook.
Did you guys mention that one mode in TF2?
Yeah. TF2 has a grappling hook. That's game. Any game that has a grappling hook is, immediately better. Listen, Uncharted 3, good game. Uncharted 4 introduced a grappling hook. Masterpiece.
We need to play TF2 when you get a powerhouse computer, Golden.
I'm sorry?
We need to play TF2 when you get a powerhouse computer.
Yeah, by the way, chat, I'm still aiming to get a new computer. Donation goals and everything, you already know all that stuff.
Hey, what's the next game on the list? What's the one if we get 300?
You know what it is. I'm not going to answer.
I don't know what the name of the game is. Diddy's Conquest.
Diddy's Conquest.
That fucking game.
Or Diddy's Conquest.
All right,
Diddy's
let's get to the next question. Ask all, if you could meet yourselves from 2015, what would you say to yourselves?
Mine is depressing, so I'm not going to answer this question.
Yeah, mine would be too depressing too, because because back in 2015, I was not happy with the position I was when I was trying to look for a real job, as I say that in quotes, because I was working at a facility with a bunch of disabled people, and I hated that period. But I also didn't take in consideration that when getting an actual job, I had to work a graveyard shift, and I'm I'm never going to be happy. So if I tried to tell that to myself in 2015, I don't know how he would be able to process it.
Yeah.
So,
Also,
it's... Oh, you go.
With 2015 me, this would sound very fangirly, so warning. How do I say this? Hey, guess what? What? You're now in GoldenFox podcast, and you're gonna do a thing for him in the next couple of days, probably. Oh, and also, not to mention, you're now friends with Lightning Bliss. That's cool. You're also probably going to, not make a lot of pony art anymore. And instead, you're gonna basically make your friends turn into anime girls for no fucking reason. But you're making bank, bitch. You're making bank. You're making money, so...
Hell yeah.
Good.
There actually is something funny I would say to myself from 2015. Now, that would be by the way, try not to get way too salty about having your character be first killed in an fan fiction.
Oh my god, I would be
Oh my god, yeah.
See, if we're gonna be funny about that, I would say never let him forget it. Do not apologize for anything.
Oh my god.
I did apologize. I apologized to you in real life.
I know you did, but it was just my character's missing out on the rest of the story. Why did he have to be killed first?
I was in an incredibly depressive state at that point.
It put me in an incredibly depressive state because I was dude, does nobody care about me? Ouch.
Cheers, fam.
Yes, Galaxy. What?
You know what's kind of, I don't know if you remember this, but I had some involvement with that.
Yes, I know. I saw you make some.
You knew her.
Yeah, Glitzy Glam, the writer for Danganronpa Analysis.
Yeah, I had some, like, fucking, some involvement with that fucking fanfic.
No, like, I fully admitted I was salty as all hell back then.
I was sadistic, still am, but I was sadistic as hell. I did not like.
I was gonna say was.
You kind of still are. Mr. Like, it hurts to have skin peeled off.
I will save your innocence for that video. I would either show you what that video was about, or I can save your innocence for that. Pat, Golden.
Yes.
Pat. I will save your innocence for that.
What's that tapping?
I think that they're tapping the mic.
I was basically giving you a pat.
Oh. Okay then.
Oh my god. I'm trying to think of something like less depressing because I've talked about this shit. I was in a real bad place back at that time, and like
I remember
probably the most
that.
like relevant thing I could say is, hey, maybe don't like not sleep for a week straight because you think you have to be responsible for everything at the age of 14. You probably shouldn't be taking on all this stress on your own brain because your brain ain't fully developed yet. And you're gonna need somebody to talk to about a lot of shit. And please seek help from people who might be professionals. Also, you don't have to worry about burdening your friends. They do care about you. Go to bed, child.
Aww.
2015 me needed a lot of things. But I think the funnier one is to say, like, hold everything over GoldenFox because it will make very funny jokes on his podcast in 6 years.
No, there's one thing I would actually no, I don't have to tell him it. I would tell him to embrace it. You know what that is?
What?
How was that watered down?
Shut the fuck up! It has been 6 fucking years. My God.
What happened?
God, I have a really bad so fuck it. I'll explain this. I have a very bad gag reflex, like spicy shit. So my body didn't know that at the time because I'm dumb, and so I was like, shot glass full of hot sauce. Very funny.
I remember this.
It was
God,
like
that video's bad too. It's not even well done. I really do. There's a lot of video ideas that I have where I want to redo shit I've done before because some of them I could do so much funnier now. Because, like, I'm, 6 years older and have a brain, but, like, that one I'm never gonna fucking do again because it's so fucking stupid!
what was it called again? Chalupa sauce?
It's, not Chipotle, Sriracha sauce.
Sriracha, that's what it was. Sriracha is very hard to...
Sucks. It sucks.
The thing that's most hilarious is how you described that you had to dial it down with some water, and it was warm to the touch.
It was... The worst part is that I made it worse on myself. Because, like, that thing is thick as fuck. So I was like, I'm gonna dilute it down so that it's, like, easier to go down my throat when I do a whole shot of it. But that just meant it went every fucking where. It was like spice cum all in my fucking face.
Spice cum?
That's what it's like basically before I put water in it.
You compared someone's semen to spice cum?
No, I'm talking about sriracha sauce. Fuck you.
I know, but you would compare something. What sex ed were you given, Robin?
I was raised in Mississippi, okay?
What kind of sex ed did you have, man?
I didn't get any.
Why would you?
Okay, but to be fair, if you look at that footage, it does look a little bit semen-y.
Oh my god.
Like, not like color-wise, but like viscousness. This is a strange sentence. If I went back to 2015, Robin, and said this, they would have been like, what the fuck is cum? They didn't know what that word meant, because they were much more innocent.
My God. Why would you compare?
Hey guys, remember when we all used Skype?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember, I
had to boot up Skype for work.
I remember back in the 2000s, I would use MSN Messenger.
Ooh.
And AIM.
Golden.
Yes?
Golden, I'm so sorry. Do you need me to start cutting your tombstone for you, man?
Oh, fuck you, dude! I will admit I deserve that for bringing up the whole sriracha shit. I will say this though. No, the thing I find hilarious is that as soon as you go to take the shot while your sister was going all like tapping to make the drum roll, you got this look in your face.
I vomited.
It's like you could pause at that moment. You could pause at that moment and just narrate. It was at this moment Robin knew. He was in deep shit.
Fucked up. Yeah, that was a very bad video, and I might do it again this year.
Oh!
Very funny.
No, imagine making it one of those the freaking roundabout meme.
Oh yeah, the roundabout. Yeah,
it's
like
ding,
the 2B,
ding,
on the
ding,
next
ding,
episode.
ding,
That was
ding,
like,
ding,
I was a year off from that. If I was making that video in 2016, absolutely I would have done that. But 2015, me didn't know that meme existed.
Robin, is that video still up?
It might be still up. If you link it, I'm gonna kill you.
I'm not gonna link it. I'm gonna download it and make the meme.
Good for you. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Post it on Twitter. It'd be funny. But you know the response I'm gonna make is just gonna be, if you need to vomit, you can vomit on one of the t-shirts you can find at teespring.com/store/Robin0928. I have got the fucking URL memorized.
Beautiful. Legendary.
Fucking,
Splendid.
I'm glad that video will live on in some way. I see another comment, another question.
Okay.
Video game questions. Ask Call, do you prefer old school games or the modern games? And what is your favorite retro or modern game?
Ooh, okay, so as far as referencing or a personal preference, that's kind of hard to answer because there's a lot of good modern games, and obviously I would be way too biased in answering about retro games because you know me, I love old school games, but there's a lot of good modern games out there that are worth checking out, so it's kind of difficult to nail that down on picking which side there is. So I don't necessarily have a favorite modern game. I mean, aside from playing Among Us, which everybody likes playing, but that's because of its popularity peak, the game series that I'm in that is still relevant today, not many people talk about it, and that is Ace Combat, which is a flight simulator series, and that's because, on a general basis, I love jets. They're fucking badass. And that's also why I take a guilty pleasure in playing Aerofighters Assault. I'm a huge sucker when it comes to jets and fighter planes.
What about Afterburner?
What about what?
Afterburner.
That game is stupid to play, but I can be sadistic as shit playing it. But yeah, no, that's one of the more what?
Masochistic? You mean?
Yeah, sorry, I meant masochistic. But no, as far as retro games go, I think a lot of you already know my answer on this. My favorite retro game, and it's pretty much my favorite game of all time, and that is Super Metroid on the Super Nintendo.
Mine would honestly be, what was it? I played with a DS at one point. What was it? I think it was one of the Clone Wars game. One of the Clone Wars games.
Exactly what you're talking about.
Oh wait,
Hell yes.
it was. I think it was at the PSP. Yeah, I think it was at the PSP. The Clone Wars. Yeah, I love that fucking game. I love that.
The saddest thing is like being like, oh yeah, the Clone Wars. That's the PSP. That's retro now.
Yeah.
Like that is like 16 years old this year.
Yeah.
I had one of those when I was 5 years old.
I had those when I was 2, probably.
Jesus Christ, you know how old you're making GoldenEye, I feel.
I'm so sorry. Riley, you're not that much older than I am.
He's 3 years older than me. Younger than me, sorry.
Yeah, like...
Wow, that was
Riley, you're like 23,
Thanks a lot there, Golden.
What?
Riley, you're like 23 or something, right?
No.
What if Golden basically says that, like, literally, like, he's actually older than him, and then Riley ends up being like 35 years old or some shit like that.
Riley's surprisingly like 45. We just haven't noticed.
Riley's surprisingly 78.
No, I can just imagine that Riley and I were just like, we have like long gray hair with the giant bald spot at the top. We've got this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and we have her like.
You're giving her ideas, Golden.
You know what? I don't care. I could just imagine. Back in my day, we had the Super Nintendo and the Xbox where we had to connect called LAN parties. You wicker whackers, you have it easy. Also, I think everybody can agree, games on the NES would kick your ass hard.
We had these things called split screen, and you had to agree not to look at each other's screen. It was called the honor system.
It's called the fam cam.
I mean, technically, we did use an honor system for Among Us, and we're gonna have to do that again when I stream Cards Against Humanity.
And we did that for the Cards Against Humanity for the test stream.
Yeah.
The question though. As for me, I have problems trying to play a lot of games because my brain like kind of gets scattered, and especially if I'm working on videos and shit. I guess I'd say I maybe prefer modern games. It depends on how retro we're talking. Like if we're talking retro, as in like NES, SNES, I don't really have a ton of nostalgia for those. Like I have a little bit of nostalgia for the N64 because that was like my grandma's console that I got. Like that was my first console I got to play on. So I have a little bit of nostalgia for specifically Rugrats in Paris, the movie, the game, and Diddy Kong Racing. Those were the two games I had on the N64. I never played Mario until this last year, which is very funny.
Robin.
But like, yes.
Only OG gamers think back about the Magnavox Odyssey.
Hell yeah, OG gamers over here.
Wait, you mean like the game console Odyssey?
Yeah, the Magnavox Odyssey.
Good God, dude, that's like we're talking like that came out in 73. Anybody who grew up at that time were at least 50, almost 60 years old.
Boomers.
Yeah, Jesus.
My parents. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. I hope you're not watching this podcast. I said come on it. They don't watch this podcast. It's fine. But yeah, I think like if you're counting like my retro is like I have a very strong fondness for Star Wars Battlefront 2 on the PSP. That game fucking ruled.
Yes!
I played that shit every fucking day. It is one of my favorite games ever. But if like it's modern games, like what I play right now, the three games I definitely have to say like are my favorites at the moment are Firewatch, which I just played this last year, and it's so beautiful and sad, and it made me fucking cry
I still need to
so
play
goddamn
that game.
much.
I
played it like over the course of a day, and I wept for about like a couple days afterwards. It hurt me emotionally, despite not relating entirely to the premise. Like I don't know what it's like to be in my 30s and 40s, but the premise and how this game like develops, it's so beautiful and it's so good.
Oh, you want a
Stardew
game?
Valley, which
you want a game that will destroy you emotionally?
Final Fantasy VII?
No, that Dragon Cancer.
I've seen like a little bit of that game. I'm gonna get around. There's a lot of games I need to get around to.
Which?
But that Firewatch is like one of mine right now. Stardew Valley is a game I can always come back to, and it's just the most fun. I love Stardew Valley so fucking much. And the game that I have played way too fucking much of in the last like month and a half. I have played so much Forza Horizon 4. It's so fucking dumb and it's fun. And I cannot wait for Aeon to get his controller because we're playing that together, and it's gonna be fucking stupid, but it's a good fucking racing game, man.
Honestly, like
I needed something like that.
People who say that this game is dumb fun, it's really just simple. Games that are really like, sorry if I go off a tangent here. The mix-up is that like compare a dumb game to just a legitimately bad game. Like you'll play through an LJN game and say that it's stupid. And it is, because it's just terribly made. But then there's games that are dumb, but they're fun because they're dumb. It all just narrows down to simplicity. And something with Forza, you said?
Forza Horizon is not, like, actually a bad game. It's not even poorly designed. It's actually a very well-designed, like, it's a very competently designed, like, arcadey racer.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You also get to play it with Lego cars. And that shit fucking rules. Like, I'm gonna, literally, after the stream, I'm gonna start playing it so I can show you the Lego shit. It's fucking awesome. Like, I can go from, like, playing in a 1980s, like, Ferrari, like, that I've tuned the shit out of, and it's so fucking fast. I can get, like, 300 miles an hour down a straight, and it's great. And then I can be like, I'm bored. I want to play in a Lego Mini Cooper, and I'm gonna just ride my way across the Scottish countryside, singing like classic rock hits, And that's my kind of game. If I can do both of those things in the same fucking game, I'm so down.
I also want to respond to Derek the Brony. Yeah, no, I had that kind of impression as you were talking about Jaws and Back to the Future. I was a very sad victim of Terminator 2 on the Super NES. God, that game was garbage. The movie is a masterpiece, but the game, God, dude, I could just say all day, I could wipe my ass with that game. It's absolute dog shit. But yeah, sorry to interrupt there. Let's see if there are any other questions. We'll go for
Riley didn't get to go.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Riley.
What was the question?
Hang on, I'm scrolling up to find it.
No, I'm laughing because we both did at the same time at like the same pitch. It was so good.
Okay, so somebody asked a question. Do you prefer old school games or the modern games? And what is your favorite retro and modern game?
Oh, that's a tough one, honestly. Like, I didn't grow up on a heck of a lot of retro consoles. Like, I never owned a Super Nintendo, and my first console pretty much was the PlayStation.
Okay.
But, I don't know, I play a lot of modern games, or at least modern-ish games. It's a tough one, honestly. I guess the most recent game I've played, mind you, haven't finished, but I need to get back to playing Eternal. And I'd say Doom Eternal.
Oh, Doom Eternal. I heard some good things about it.
I want to play so much more of that, but it's so taxing on my computer. It's just such a taxing game, and I really want to upgrade my graphics card before I play more of that. Anyways.
Oh, you know what? Now that you mentioned it, you want to know what my favorite modern game is right now?
What?
Besides the Ring Fit, best game of the year, Animal Crossing: New Horizons.
Hell yeah! I need to get back into it. I have not played in like a month or two, so I'm just gonna reset my Switch's internal calendar to like 2 months ago so I can get back into it. Because I was like, I got busy and I haven't had time to really sink back into it like I did back in March and April. I got so fucking into Animal Crossing back in March and April.
Same.
So I actually like the Galaxy. This is your question.
I know.
I was like, wow, that's a really good question. Oh, it's you.
God damn it, Galaxy.
No offense to you, but you're also in here.
Yeah.
I want to fill in the blanks for y'all.
Good question, though.
You know, that is a good question. There's also a question about board games and such. Like, I don't have much to say about board games.
I don't either. Like, somebody was like, do you like board games? I'm like, yeah, I guess. I like some board games, but it's harder for me to get into, like, a really deep and serious board game because I need, like, friends who are super into it. Like, I mean, getting really into, like, Pandemic or some shit. I would love to get into that kind of thing.
The board games that I remember playing most is Sorry, Trouble, and yes, I do count Trouble as a fucking board game.
It's a board game. What the fuck are people on about?
No, I like the creativity of Trouble that you hit that center button that rolls the dice.
Oh yeah.
But what else? Parcheesi.
CNET's the coolest fucking game. I want that game to come back. Okay, I want to pitch to, I don't know who the fuck made CNET if they're not even in business anymore. I want to make CNET a thing again. How you can make CNET a modern thing is it's just a fucking app that you play on your phone or like you get on like a Roku or an Amazon Fire Stick or something. And then when you buy the board game, you get like a code or something. So like I buy Marvel Cinematic Universe CNET. I open up the board, I get the pieces and the dice, and then I have a code. It's like ACC1777 or something like that. And I enter that into the thing, and now it's like, okay, cool. We know you've bought Marvel Cinematic Universe CNET. You can play it from the app here. That'd be so fucking cool!
Dude,
anyway, I seen it to come back.
People would go nuts over the MCU if they had the CNET.
CNET is one of my favorite games, but like it's so hard to get people to want to play it. A, because you have to set up a DVD player, and a lot of people don't have one anymore, or don't really care enough to set it up. And two, all the CNETs, like I think the most recent one is like 2013. Like I need a new CNET. I want modern movies and franchises that didn't exist when CNET left our lives. It's my favorite fucking game. Holy shit, I forgot that I love that game so much. I will also crush all of you in Disney Scene It. It would be fucking brutal. It'd be a massive...
I could imagine the brutal nature you would have, man.
I had played a game of Scene It with my friends in high school in our dorm. We were bored one night and we had like a copy of Disney Scene It. And we were no longer allowed to play Scene It afterwards because I murdered my friends.
Sorry about that noise.
So I had 3 favorite board games as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Mine were, of course, Candyland.
Candyland. Yeah.
Candyland.
Yes.
And then there was the Jumanji board game.
Dude, I could have sworn somebody made a Jumanji board game that has the replica of the actual like board game in the movie, where it's like it's all just like it's the full piece that you just fold apart, and it's the game, and you pull out the pieces and everything.
I want that so badly.
Dude, I would want that. That shit is so fucking sick.
And the other one was the Grape Escape, if you remember that one.
Great Escape. No.
No, Grape Escape.
Oh, it's a pun. Nice.
It's basically you have to move all these like clay board game figures around, and they could get smushed basically on the board.
Oh. Here's what.
Hell yeah.
Here's a board game I remember. Who remembers Operation?
Yo, that game was awesome.
Operation. I always loved that.
There was one that I also remember where you have a time set and you have to put all the pieces in the right spot, and if you run out of time, it just blows up and all the pieces fly around.
Perfection, and it's the game that gave me anxiety as a child. Like, seriously, that game is like, it's like, oh, 10 cents, boom, it just blows up in your face. I'm like, oh, fucking hell. Yeah, I thought about something. It's not a game like I want to play like as a like board game, but I really want a replica of it. I want a copy of Zathura, like the tin, like with the like mechanical pieces that move. Like it looks so pretty in that movie. Like if I could have like a prop replica of any board game, I want a copy of Zathura because that movie is underrated as shit.
Every time I think of Zathura, I think about the twist in that film.
Yeah, that's fucked up for a kid's movie.
Yeah, it is. Didn't that movie bomb when it came out?
Yeah.
The movie didn't it tank the box office?
It was a pretty big failure. But like, I fucking love Zathura. And maybe it's because it's one of those movies like I watched all the time as a kid, like on Cartoon Network, because they played it like every other week.
Okay,
man, I fucking loved Zathura, and I really want like a physical copy of it.
I'm honestly surprised that we were able to make. What the hell's going on?
Hello.
Oh, sorry about that. We had a bit of a glitch there. Anyways, I'm surprised that we were able to make a conversation out of just board games. So, I'm just gonna count that as a question, and because nobody else is asking a question right here, and that's fine. We've been running this podcast for a while now, so
we're almost at 3 hours. You were like, this is gonna be a shorter podcast. What the fuck happened to that shit?
I thought that too. Like shit, dude.
We did go off on like a ton of fucking tangents.
We actually did.
Random bullshit.
Yeah, we were. So let's go ahead and wrap this up with our final say. So as we're wrapping everything up, anything you guys would like to share, like any personal projects or anything like that?
I'm still working on a sequel trilogy video, and it'll never come out. It's going to take forever for me to make it, but I think that starting to do the Halo shit, the fire team fuck up is gonna like hopefully once that starts running and I can actually like make videos out of that, that'll hopefully like mean I'm actually uploading shit while I'm still working on shit like the sequel trilogy video. And then like after that, I'm gonna start probably either doing something about Fast and Furious because I really want to talk about those movies, or the Toy Story retrospective I want to do. Yeah, it's a lot of work for this year on top of my classes and work, so I'm probably going to die by the end of the year. But anyway, have some Mountain Dew Major Melon, the proud sponsors of the GoldenFox podcast.
You know, Robin, you saying that saying that you just say that your sequel trilogy, like their video is never going to be finished. That reminded me of one video of a guy, like he's known for doing musicals, and it goes all, first you think the thing and do the thing and work on the thing, no wait, you procrastinate, and this is where your insecurity creeps in and you would never know if somebody did a better job than you, and so it never sees the light of day, and he just walks away.
Currently the project is at 3,833 words, and I am not finished with the Last Jedi section of the video.
Jesus Christ!
I still have a section about Rise of Skywalker, and then a very long conclusion segment that I want to talk about. Just,
Robin,
Yes.
do you need a thumbnail?
Not yet. I need to actually finish writing the fucking video first.
Also,
Once I get writing it, I would love to have a thumbnail, but we'll see when it gets closer to that.
all right, so, Ryley, Galaxy, any final says that you guys have?
In the bit of a writer's block right now, but still working on what lies ahead.
Okay.
Still.
Oh yeah. I'm working on a Valentine's thing, so if you guys check out my Twitter, yeah, I'm working on a lot of Valentine things, and I'm excited to show every single one of you.
Nice. So for my final say, Derek, to answer your question about next Friday, I'm going to be streaming Marble Madness, and comparatively, I think it's a really, really short game. There's a possibility that if I do finish the game and it's like a small playthrough, I may fill in the time to try to finish out Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Because, like, the fucking Power Ranger stream was fun as hell. There were so many clips.
I'm so excited for that one to come out, because, like, that one was so fucking... I don't know what it was. I think it was just the combination of the game, and we were all really excited about it. Or just... We all had a fucking energy last night. It was great.
It was surprisingly hilarious to play through. Like, I think it's a good game on its own. It's a very like, not generic, but a very basic type of brawler game. But with Power Rangers involved, it definitely does its job entertaining honestly, I think that's how game adaptations ought to work, instead of being lazily ambitious with something like what LJN does, you know?
Also, it might have one of my favorite out-of-context bits, which was, I can't remember what it was. I think you died as, like, as a character, like, oh man, you died like Trini did in real life.
Oh, God.
That joke was so fucking funny to me. Thank you, Riley. I think you did that in the stream, too. I don't know what the context of the joke was, and somebody was like, oh, it was obviously this. It's like, I don't remember, but just... I continuously bringing up random nonsense Power Rangers trivia while stuff happened during the game was my favorite thing last night. That was so fucking good.
Okay.
I missed out on it.
Alright, so...
Yeah, I wish I should have brought you... I should have asked if you wanted to do that one, because that one was fucking good.
Yeah.
Alright, so on that note...
comes out tomorrow.
So on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed watching the podcast. For those who are on YouTube, you can definitely check out the links in the description. And for those who were here during the Twitch stream, I hope you guys enjoyed your presence. I'm surprised that this podcast came out with a lot more to talk about than before. But hopefully next week we'll be able to talk about something, because I'm digging to find some other topics next week. Until then, I'll see you guys next time, and I'll see you on...
Damn it, I fucked up the spelling.
You'll see you on what?
God damn it, Robin! Why?
I fucked up the spelling. Also, it's not going to be visible in the YouTube video. That's really good.
Hey,
.com.
Hey, Golden.
What?
Golden. Why do shoes come in pairs?
No! Okay! Good fucking night, good fucking night, everyone.
Good fucking night.